All right. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer, Brian the Grizzly. Brandman should be joining us shortly. What's up, man?
I'm still reeling, man. I don't know. I didn't see that coming. I'm on all these shows talking about Loki and what we expecting and all this stuff. I thought I had some good stuff coming up. I ain't see none of that crap happening. That blew my mind. I was like, oh, they're all dead. What? That's not exactly what happened because I want you to actually hear our review, but it was like on that level. So
yeah. There's a part at the end, right at the end where somebody walks somewhere and and I'm watching it, right? And I was like, what the fuck? And Erica's like, what happened? I was like, and I explained to her, she's like, really? I did not see that coming, man. That was wow. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but also there's only 2 episodes left for Loki. Anybody watching? We were talking about Loki. Yeah, so I know it. Like once Brandman gets in, we'll talk about it in a little bit after he comes in. But yeah, that was man.
Do you find yourself worried that it's okay? First, there's 2 things. One, it's kind of a real slow burn. There's nothing happening for long periods of time. Nothing really huge in the plot happening for a long periods of time. If you're interested in it, if you're interested in Loki, you're fine. Mm-hmm. But if someone's looking for action, this is not the action. It's more of a detective who done it, trying to put a picture together. Like you have all these puzzle pieces you're trying to put together.
Yeah.
Do you think that's interesting enough?
Said he has 20 minutes left. All right, we won't ruin it.
Yeah, but do you think this you have
100%. I action, like I don't need not Superman punching through walls.
Is the world. This is what you're doing on Disney Plus. You put it on Disney Plus. Are people gonna be interested enough in it that's gonna get decent numbers?
No, because not because of this show, because of other shows. You already ruined the vibes by oversaturating like the need for it and then giving, and on top of that giving us like not good shows or shows that have really crappy endings, which also like now it's oversaturated and it's shitty, so like you lost a bunch of people. But I think the show was good. I really do. I mean, I don't know if it's a slow burn. I mean, it's just nothing's major, like you said. There's no action, but also season 1 didn't have that much action either. There's a few more.
They had a lot of scene changes and a lot of storylines, and you had to figure out what's going on. This doesn't have a lot of scene changes. It's the same scene.
It's the same, yeah. It's this room and that room, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Which I don't mind that because it's really interesting because it's like, I don't know how to explain it, because like I'm watching it the whole time, and the whole time I'm just like you're so like focused in, and you feel like you're in there with them almost, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you're intense, like, oh, is he gonna go in? He's gonna go in, and stuff like that. So like the whole time for me, it's like it's all about this, which I don't mind because you're not messing with the MCU directly yet. There's stuff that might carry over, and we'll see how this ends, where I think it ends with some major changes. Mm-hmm. But right now you're playing in your own little corner that could literally explode the entire house. You know what I mean? So then that's kind of like the thing. It's like, so that's why I don't mind it. So it's like nothing could happen at the end where everything's safe, and good to go. And everything I think would be peachy fine. You can still do the movie shit, but something could happen where like it changes the entire MCU. So I don't know.
But
and that's what got me interested.
Could you understand someone that does not like this?
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, honestly, no, I think Loki season 1, honestly, is a lot more action. I think there was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of fights. There was a lot of stuff between the two Lokis variants. There was a lot of stuff happening.
Hang on.
TVA and all those things were happening
That
at the
was weird.
same time.
Yeah, but also it didn't really do much to progress the story forward too much. Where like it kind of came contained in its own little thing. It had this, it had that, it had a lot of cool parts, but nothing that was like too big in the whole universe of everything. Until the very, very end. But the very, very end was the beginning of this season. And I think this season has so much more to do with the entire MCU potentially, you know. So that's why it's kind of it's like walking this fine line is like, well, we need to keep it a show, but also we want to hint that major things are going to happen, you know. And I think it's doing a really good job at it.
More universe building.
Yeah, way more universe building. The first season was, I think, pretty cool and more character building. I think because then it kind of
character. It was showing whoever, so you could do that in 6 episodes and not have a lot of action. Not having action is, I don't know how that's going to work. For me, I feel the suspense, but once again, I already bought in. So I don't think about me. I think about everyone else because I'm going to like it no matter what, because I love the characters. I love all of them. Except Sylvie, she could be thrown away. I don't care. But
yeah,
I'm not a fan of her.
She's doing anything this season though either.
She's just being annoying. Honestly, to me, she's just being annoying. Even though everything she's saying is right, and it's not. It's just her. I don't know. I just don't like her.
She just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but she's boring to me. And she comes on and I see her mullet, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
I know, this stupid ass mullet.
Just what it is.
Yeah,
but I liked her last season, so I don't know.
Yeah, she was interesting last year, but so she, but also she was interesting because Loki was still changing. Loki is a very sorry, my cat. I went to go put my cat down and he like flicked his leg up. I was like, my bad. Yeah, but Loki was still kind of figuring out who he was. Is he still the bad guy? Is he anti-hero, or does he actually care? Where in this one, I think he kind of solidified on who he is. You know, and
I think it's going to change. I think it changes. I think it changes a lot.
I think after this episode, a lot of shit changes. A lot changes after this episode. That's why this episode was just a what the F, you know, like. Yeah, I wonder. I don't want to get too much into spoilers because I know, like Brandon said, he still got 20 minutes left. For Brandon Davis.
Yeah, we're not going to start. Look, I promise you guys, at 25 minutes, we're starting this review one way or another. So you better watch it.
Let's see. We got Preston. What's up, man? Hey guys, I can't stay long because parent teacher conference.
Gotcha.
Fun times. No problem, man. Appreciate you coming and saying hi.
What's going on, though, man?
That's me next week.
Drew.
You Drew is hey everyone, what is up? He also said, what Marvel Comics villain do you think really needs a great movie representation? I think Dr. Doom, the other reputation we got in 2015 Fantastic Four movie was absolutely horrible. 100%.
I don't know. It was
2015 one was trash.
It was 2015. You're right.
Yeah,
that one.
Michael B. Jordan one.
I don't think about that one. That one's out of my mind. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't even categorize that as a Fantastic Four movie. It's a ripoff of The Fly. That was trying to package itself as a Fantastic Four movie.
That's hilarious. You're not wrong.
That's a very good. But you know what? I felt like the original Fantastic Four one, the 08 and all that was great. That Victor Von Doom was awesome. He's a great. Oh my god, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
So,
I like the casting of Victor Von Doom in that. I'm not sure I liked the portrayal of Victor Von Doom per se.
It was okay. He looked cool. I thought the actor was cool. I mean, but the overall story just for the whole movie was kind of trash. But he looked accurate.
They were the Fantastic Four movies were fine. I don't think they really had too much ambition, unfortunately, other than just kind of jumping on the superhero craze, because Spider-Man 2 was hot, X-Men 2 was hot, Batman Begins came out the same year. So I don't think they were as ambitious as they could have been. They could have been awesome. Whereas when they came out, they were just they were entertaining for what they were.
Dude, I almost say as I think 3/4 of this casting was spot on.
Yeah,
and it's weird. Jessica Alba is by far the worst. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. And I love Jessica Alba. I mean, honey, come on, she's fine. All of that stuff, that's great. And I always like color representation. But Sue Storm is a blonde woman. That's just who she is. And then don't try to
Vanessa Kirby.
Someone. Yeah, don't try to pick someone and try to. Oh no, we're gonna make her look that way. But you think that's representation? That's not representation. So
their logic didn't go anywhere beyond Jessica Alba is hot right now. That's the only place their logic didn't go beyond that. I can buy all the fantastical elements of those movies, but don't sit up here and try to tell me that Jessica Alba and Chris Evans are blood relatives.
Blood related.
Or brother and sister.
Yeah. At least in the 2015 one, they're like, she's adopted.
She's adopted.
Like,
by the way, Brian, when you said original Fantastic Four, I thought you were talking about the one from like 1993, 1994.
No, 2000 was it 2005? Which one? What year?
Which one was that? From the 90s?
Yeah, it was like a Roger Corman production.
Really?
Impossible to find. You can find it at conventions and stuff like that. I think they even have the whole movie on YouTube. Super corny.
I could believe it.
1993, you said, or 1994?
One of the two. It may have even been 92. The Human Torch effects are some of the greatest things. They lit a mannequin on fire and just kind of had it against a moving green screen.
1994.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
they lit a mannequin on fire.
I stand corrected. 2015, you were not the worst Fantastic Four.
Although I got to admit, the Thing, for being in the 90s, wasn't that bad.
I know.
I mean, the face. I don't know why they gave him the stupid face, expression. Let me see if I can share this real quick. They gave him a stupid face, like, that's just stayed the same because it was a mask. It was like, why would you make that a permanent face? But
yeah,
it didn't look bad. But
that cast looks awful.
That
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Looks trash though.
It's awful.
Reed looks pretty okay. The rest look weird, but at least like they make the storms look more
related,
I guess. Yeah.
Like brother and sister.
I'm looking at this and this is bad.
Yeah. Here's
totally 90s.
Which I'm like, okay, that's not bad for 94. I mean, some with the expression. But there's Doom. Yeah. I mean, that's not horrible.
No, this is pretty horrible. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's Doom. Dr. Doom looked like just a cheap cosplay.
This looks like bad cosplay. This looks like.
Yeah, there's a suit for it. That's there's the stretch.
Oh my god! Yeah, I don't know if anyone can see this.
Props to them for the practical effects for the stretching. It didn't always look right, but I have seen the movie. It's something to say the least.
Hey, let me show the big picture real quick. Yeah. Oh, you got. That's the one I was going to push.
Oh, was it the one you're going to show?
Yeah, I was just about to put it up. That's
all them when they're in their suits and everything. I don't know why they give them such a weird penis-shaped head.
Oh, Dark Room Reviews. Thank you so much for the super sticker.
Oh, dude. I know it's like the stickers don't show up in StreamYard. It's like was that little video game dude?
It'll come up.
Yeah. Oh, I see it on here. But dude, super appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it, really do.
Let me see. I don't know if what I got for you.
He's the best. Love it.
Hey.
I knew exactly what you're gonna say. I said it right when you were.
It's the best.
All these iterations of Fantastic Four though really have to make you wonder where they're gonna go with the MCU reboot and just what the plan of attack's gonna be, how they're gonna execute it, what the costumes are gonna look like. I'm
I
just
don't know. I don't know,
yeah.
man. You can't get better than you can't get better than that, man. Come on. Can't get better than that. I mean, come on. That's
very 90s though. That is
Very
very,
much.
very 90s. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There you go. There's
There it
another
is.
guy.
Yeah. Well, this is not what he
That is you.
huh?
That's you. You made that.
Yeah, that's just like comes preloaded. The sticker's a little video game controller kind of thing.
Yeah, I see it on here.
Yeah.
The
It's
room.
like I can't show it. But and Dark Room Reviews, thank you so much. Also, go check out anybody viewing, go check out Dark Room Reviews. He has like really awesome content. I think we're fairly new with following each other.
Mm-hmm.
See that pull up real quick. But yeah, I was watching something on his channel the other day. Go ahead.
No, I'm looking at it too. All his videos and all stuff. His shorts. The Quiet Place. That was it. Yeah, the Goosebumps is what I was watching. I watched the Goosebumps.
The Goosebumps one. I still gotta watch that one. There we go. There you go. There you go. Go check them out. Oh yeah, the Spirit Halloween vlogs I liked. That was a good one. Which one? The American Werewolf in London one I watched because obviously fans of that one. And then I watched the Art of the Dark one.
Says his name's Joel.
There you go, Joel. So everyone go by. Usually I like saying whatever your channel name is, so then people kind of like know that. But I don't mind Joel. Is it Joel or Joel?
Joel.
But yeah, go check out his channel. All this stuff over here. Go check him out. A lot of fun. Tales from the Crypt. All right, but dude, yeah, super appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, man.
You guys are awesome. You guys are really awesome.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah. See what else we got.
So I do. This is something I do want to bring up exactly what Brandon said before we first came in.
Yeah.
Peace, Richard Roundtree, the original Shaft, the first person I ever seen have his own theme song. The coolest dude ever. I just it happened and it was almost like surreal because I saw it on Samuel Jackson's timeline. I was like, wow, Richard Roundtree, and I noticed it wasn't on the first page of Google or Yahoo or anything like that. And I think he deserves a lot more. Richard Roundtree. I mean, you talk about blaxploitation. I mean, that's him. He did it. He's it. He is the coolest. He had the chops, man. He is literally one of the coolest dudes I've ever seen. That's what he is, and I'm sad he died a couple days ago. I think it was Tuesday, I believe it was.
I think so.
But yeah, that's Shaft. That's the real Shaft, no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, I think he showed up in the remake, didn't he?
Yep. He was he was his dad. Sam's dad.
Shit, yeah.
I was like, how you gonna be Sam's dad? You're like 5 years apart.
Yeah,
I thought he was his uncle.
I thought it was his dad. Is his uncle? You might be right.
Because John Shaft Sr. I'm looking up, and then Sam Jackson was John Shaft too. Yeah, Jr.
Yeah, so I thought that he was his son.
Oh, are we talking about the one from a couple years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, or the 2000 or the 2001 with Sam Jackson?
The one with Sam Jackson. We were saying that. So he was.
He would call him Uncle Jay, right?
I believe he. I'm looking at it right here. No, it's his father, John Shaft Sr., John Shaft II. He's his father.
I gotta watch it. I only watched it one time.
Either way,
was the A Train? Not A Train.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, A Train was in him.
No, so that was the other Shaft. That's the
that was JJ.
That was
John JJ Shaft Jr.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was the other one that came in was it 20? I can't remember which one it was. But yeah,
But you
2019.
started it.
Yeah, that was 2019.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like I forgot where I saw the news from. I think it was from Sam Jackson's timeline that somebody like just took a screenshot and reposted it on their like Instagram page. And I was like, oh, what? Like no one really talked about it, which kind of sucks.
Man, he's been in a lot of movies. Very cool.
Oh, yeah. He was just a cool act. He was just a cool actor. He was just a cool dude.
Yeah.
So Kyle saying he was
uncle in Shaft 2000.
Okay.
Okay.
One day you two will stop treating me like I don't know what I'm talking about.
I know, right?
I only read what the internet's telling me. All right. Original Gangsters. I remember that one.
Oh yeah, he sure was in that.
Yeah. 1 Down 2 to Go.
And Deborah said, dang, I want to watch Nacho Libre now. I always want to watch Nacho Libre. I love Nacho Libre. Erica hates it. Hates it with like
I love Nacho Libre too.
I love Nacho Libre.
It's so like underappreciated.
Oh,
and I remember the hype behind it because Jared Hess, who did Napoleon Dynamite, was doing it. There was all this online hype about it. And then it just kind of fizzled out. Like I think it underperformed box office wise. But I always liked it.
I always quote it, and it irritates my girlfriend.
You
know, whatever. Yeah. Anytime she gives me corn, I'm like, get the corn out of my face. She gets pissed off. You know, or like
Nacho Libre fan.
No, oh my god,
no.
And all the times I'll send it to her, I'm like, little hug, big kiss, little kiss, and she's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the power. Love Nacho Libre.
You guys are on. Enjoy it. I guess go enjoy it. What up, Bonzo?
What's going on?
I know. You guys were on. Was it Sunday? No,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh no! Wait, was it Tuesday?
Yep.
Was that before our show?
Remember, I asked you like, "Hey, make the room," and I was like, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah. Damn, that was a long day for you then, man. Because you were on their show and then you did the
and I hired like 75 people. So yeah, it was.
Damn.
See what he
good.
Press the field. Yes, and still. So as I was saying, Richard Roundtree, he is like really the father of blaxploitation. The amount of movies he made, I said, Original Gangsters, 1 Down 2 to Go. Was it Escape for something? Well, that wasn't really blaxploitation as much as it was. The Big Score was. Game of Vultures was. Like there was a lot of things that he did from the late 70s to the early 80s that really saved black cinema, and that's what everyone knew him from. So yeah, awesome. Makes me always I want to go watch I'm Gonna Get You Sucker just because of this.
I'm Gonna Get You Sucker is great. I'm Gonna Get You Sucker is great.
So, but as I said, rest in peace, Richard Roundtree. This one said it.
That does suck.
Yeah, but he was what, 81, 85?
I think it was. Wasn't he only 81? I think it was 81, which is 81. Crazy because Sam Jackson is like
74?
74,
yeah.
Yeah, they're legit.
Like 7 years difference.
Yeah, damn.
See, that's exactly what Travis said. Roundtree was called Uncle Shaft in 2001, but in 2019 they established he lied about being his uncle to avoid being the dad, which is hilarious. So he was trying to, hey, yeah, little girl, good little boy. A lot of dads are named Shaft, and he kind of pushed him to the side. Yeah, like Black Dynamite. That's where so he was his dad. It was always called Uncle, so that way he didn't have to pay child support. Chisep. He didn't play that Chisep. That is messed up.
I know, like after what was it, like Tuesday, when the news of his passing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I looked it up. I'm like, oh man, I need to buy some of these the Shaft movies. 'Cause I remember watching the Samuel Jackson one for sure.
Oh no, I remember watching all the '80s Shaft. I mean, the song was so cool. He was amazing. Like when I watch Luther, I think about that Shaft. I think of Rich Around You when I think of Luther. That's what it is. I mean, that's what everyone wants to be. A cool actor that's really he sweats cool. Matter of fact, he can't sweat because he's too cool to sweat. That's just what he is. He ran when they had the coat on, man. Looked like a superhero. It was amazing. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that coat was awesome. Was it like that long leather duster almost?
I wish I had one of those. You know, those cost a lot of money now.
Yeah, I was gonna say they are not cheap, man.
Oh man,
they're not cheap. I'm sharing a few things. All right. What else we got?
So Five Nights at Freddy's comes out what? Friday? Tomorrow?
Today?
It's on Peacock right now.
Yep.
It is?
Yep. Yeah.
Man.
Yep. So Matt
Peacock a little bit earlier and saw it on there.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about Loki in a minute. This interview. Looking forward to Five Nights at Freddy's. The animatronics look pretty hot. My furry instincts are kicking in again. Where somebody else left another comment because the rumor is
I heard it was awful.
That's what I heard. That is what I heard.
I haven't read any reviews, but I believe it. But I'm still gonna watch it. It's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Halloween weekend. So I'm like I said, I'm easy to. I don't ask for much during this time of year.
Oh shit! Yeah, our live broadcast didn't pop up. Sorry, man. Usually I make the room a little earlier. But today I was like just insanely busy, so I didn't get a chance.
That's why I shared it to Twitter and Facebook. And Facebook, I did all that. That's why when we started off, we only had one. I shared it to everything already.
Since you brought that up, I can make a post. Maybe the post might do it real quick.
Hey, we were talking about Halloween. So I went to my comic book store yesterday, and I was picking up stuff. So I ended up getting. I don't know if you guys can see this.
What is that, Black Panther? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool.
Pretty cool one. And I was talking to the guy who runs the shop, and he was telling me he's going to be Indiana Jones for Halloween. He has the entire getup, and he has a real whip, and like the dude is it looked amazing. So I was like, respect. And we started talking, and I was telling him how much I love, Black Panther. I love getting as much as I could get from Storm. And then he literally went into his back and he's like grabbed it out, and he was like, "Oh, well, here's for you."
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is cool. What run is that?
This is 96, I believe. 97, man.
Okay, damn. I don't think I remember her looking like that. That's cool.
Yeah. So he was like, "I got this for you," and he gave it to me for free. So, hey, Johnny, big ups. Thank you, bro.
Damn, I'll take that for free.
Oh man, I spent a lot of money in that store.
That's the least you can do.
It's the least you can do. Just balance it out.
But yeah, what else we got? Who else is in here? So are we are gonna watch and probably review it on Monday. For sure. We'll do that in Gen V, most likely on Monday.
Yep, it sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Because especially it's on Peacock, so might as well, right? But yeah, the headlines are not doing well so far.
Hey, this guys talked about it. Well, we talked about that 94 Fantastic Four.
Where?
The thing looks like Grimmage from
he did. He did.
My dude called him Grimmage. I love it.
Grimmick.
Grimace.
That is funny. Yeah.
All right, guys.
You say you just watched the Big Brother Double. Oh, one Big Brother. I don't know why I read Double Dragon and I was like, oh yeah. Like,
I kind of thought. It's nice to know it wasn't just me who saw that.
Okay, because I just saw the Double Dragon and I was like, yeah, because that was a fucking great horrible movie.
I was like, I saw Double Eviction, so I don't know.
Eviction.
Oh yeah, the Double Dragon movie. Yeah, very very good bad movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Interview. I don't know if I told you already. Go check out the Gadunk. Those guys, they started right about the time we started, kind of with the Spoiler Kings, and they kind of transitioned to more reality TV, Big Brother, Survivor, all that kind of stuff. Check them out. You might like them too, because they that's all they do now is just all the reality TV. So I really don't watch Big Brother. I have no idea what you're talking about. But as long as you like it, I know a lot. I mean, obviously, a lot of people love Big Brother, so things been around in multiple countries.
Travis says, sounds like a great comic book shop owner. A lot of them spend too much time telling you what sucks, and you question if you want to buy anything. No, this guy is very cool. He's down to earth. He knows what I like. So I come in. He says, "Hey, I pulled these things for you, Brian. Here you go." And I grab them first, and then I go walk around. I'm like, man, you know what to do. And then I spend $60 every week. It just knows.
Yeah. I've been to those comic book shops where all they do is bitch how everything sucks, and I don't like it. It's not a fun experience. You know what I mean? But I've been to places like Brian said. You know, a lot of the graham crackers I go to now and stuff like that. Like, you know, they're fun. You know, they're like, oh yeah, I read that. That's awesome. I read that. That's awesome. This indie's awesome. Like, oh, I can't wait to see this. You know. I mean, that's
I really like the one that I have nearby.
Yeah,
I now go to 7 different comic book stores.
Chicago, know 7. That's so many.
So I got Amazing Fantasy in Lockport, Amazing Fantasy in Frankfurt. I have Graham Cracker and Graham Cracker in Wrigley, Graham Cracker in Plainfield, Graham Cracker in Naperville, and then there's a Chicago Comics on Clark, and then there's another small one on Western up north. So yeah, so yeah, I go to a lot of different places, guys. I like to just go around, travel, and find good finds.
Yeah. There's one by me that I just found out, and they do a lot of like playing cards and stuff. So since I'm into like the Lorcana thing,
I ask for Lorcana everywhere I go.
Yeah, that's like the Disney thing. This alone is like, not even kidding, $100. Like, that's not the MSRP. That's how much it's selling for on online. Like, it is like gold at this point. But yeah, but having a good comic book store is it's fun. It's fun going in and out, talking, you know, stuff like that. So, but yeah. Double Dragon movie where they fed Boba Spinach until he farts. Is that what happens?
Yeah, Alyssa Milano does it.
Man, it's been a while since I watched that movie. I mean, probably in the 90s was the last time I watched it.
Hey, I watch anything with Alyssa Milano. So first said Grimace, you know, because his real name is Grimace. He said, and his name is now Ben Grimm.
Yeah,
and that's why they made him look like Grimace.
Grimace, that's hilarious. I didn't even think about that. See, this is the way I wanted all the episodes to come out instead of watching one by one.
No, but that's sometimes part of the fun, because we're going to talk about this. I'm giving everyone 3 minutes and 18 seconds to watch everything you need to watch, because at 40, we need to start talking about Loki.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, I probably cannot stay on until midnight. I meant to mention that earlier. I've been like going on fumes the last 2 days, pretty much the entire week, getting ready for this weekend. I would just like to go to bed.
I know, super like behind the scenes or whatever. I got to talk to you because I sent you that stuff. So I got to talk to you and let you know the deal with it. You know, so either today if we end early or sometime tomorrow. You know.
Okay.
So
thank you, by the way.
Oh yeah. What's a video game that isn't great but you love it anyway? While the films are far more removed from games, the first 2 Resident Evil films are pretty underrated in my opinion. What video game movie?
Video game movie that isn't great, but I love it anyway. Probably
There isn't many.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of them.
Yeah, a lot. You know what? Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat.
I was going to say that. I didn't know if that was too easy. That's why I was kind of hesitant to say it.
Because it wasn't a great movie. Graphics were okay, but yeah. And I'd almost say that one. I'm almost inclined to say the 2021 Mortal Kombat was still entertaining. Mm-hmm.
It just had just a painfully unnecessary audience avatar character.
Yeah.
That I think that's the main thing for me, at least, that really dragged the movie down. I know I pick on the character, but it's a character that deserves to be picked on because he wasn't needed. But I didn't think the 2021 Mortal Kombat was without its merits.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I thought Kung Lao was cool. I thought like pretty much the video game characters were pretty well handled. But the first 10 minutes were awesome, I thought. It was gory.
I liked most of them. Just anything with Cole sucked, but besides that, like everything else was pretty awesome.
Yeah, everything else was cool. Yeah.
I'm looking at a bunch of these. Oh shit! What you get? You got one, Brian, or no?
Say not that one that sucked because GoldenEye is the greatest game of all time. So
yeah, but that was a movie first that was turned into a game.
So you have to be a game first, then turn to a movie.
I think that's what would be considered a video game movie, right?
I mean,
a lot of times they take the movie and turn it into a game. Like Wolverine Origins, the video game was fucking amazing. It was super awesome. The ending, completely different. He's fighting sentinels in the future and shit. It was like way better than the movie. Just like leaps and bounds better than the movie.
Why couldn't they put the people in charge of that game in charge of the movie?
Dude,
it would have been awesome.
You are not kidding.
I'm hoping the the upcoming Insomniac game is going to have its work cut out for it, even though I have complete and total faith in Insomniac. But I wonder where. Well, there's enough wiggle room that it could be, So I'm not worried.
But I'll say like the original Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie, I thought was good, even though a lot of people hated on it. Street Fighter, I'm looking at Street Fighter, was awesome. Street Fighter was still awesome. I got the clip today. I don't know why, but the clip where Chun Li was like, oh, you came to the village and my dad, sacrificed himself and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't remember. He goes, the day Bison graced your village was the best day of your life. For me, it was just a Tuesday. That's awesome. It's such a fucking great line,
Raul Julia, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, exactly, man. He was amazing.
I always laugh at Street Fighter just because, Colonel Guile, like the stereotypical like alpha male American badass, and they cast the barely literate Belgian guy.
Yeah. That was
I think it has to be either Doom or Tomb Raider. Probably Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's probably the best.
I enjoyed it, man. One was Angelina Jolie.
Resident Evil is great too. Don't get me wrong. Come on.
Yeah. Silent Hill. I think Silent
Hill is another good one.
Was a really good one that went under the radar for a lot of people.
Yeah, the Silent Hill movie is really underappreciated. I'd say it's one of the better video game adaptations.
Yeah.
I just hope. I'm not sure because it seemed like every video game adaptation at the time was just destined to be bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because what was the first one we got? Like Super Mario Brothers.
Yep.
Which had nothing to do with the with the game. Actually, excuse me. If you read up on the production history of that movie, it's one of those scenarios where a movie about the production history or a movie about the production of that movie would have been a lot more entertaining than the actual movie we got.
That's awesome. I gotta check that out.
I like what Brandon said. Twisted Metal.
to some metal. People are loving that show. They said the show was really, really good. I gotta check that out.
It's a decent show.
Need
I haven't finished it,
guys. Need for Speed.
The Need for Speed movie was. I don't find it terribly memorable, but it was fine. I thought.
Yeah, I think it was a Fast and Furious kind of thing, and I think they were trying to like take over. It was like everyone loves the game. Here's a movie. And it was like didn't quite work out.
Only the first Resident Evil movie was good. The rest were just okay.
I agree with that.
I like the second one. It was good. And Resident Evil Nemesis is a video game. It's one of the scariest things I ever played for me.
100%.
Like being in the basement playing that game, I used to like. Oh my god, it was so scary.
Yeah,
was that PS1 or PS2? That's PS1, wasn't it?
Probably PS1.
Yeah, I think it was PS1.
I think PS1.
The gray one. I think it was the gray one.
Yeah. But the more Resident Evil movies they made, the shittier they got.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Paul W.S. Anderson, who's married to Mila Jovovich. No disrespect to my girl Mila Jovovich. Love her, always loved her, but they became less telling a story and more Paul Anderson being like, look how cool my wife is, part 5.
Hey, to be honest, she's very cool.
Yeah.
I literally just bought was it the steelbook of what's the movie with Bruce Willis?
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element, yeah. I just bought the steelbook. So it's supposed to come in tomorrow and I will watch it immediately.
Yeah. We'll start getting more steelbooks. I'm looking into what, since now I'm officially on the 4K train, I got to see which steelbook I'm getting first.
Get it now, because sometime in February they're saying Best Buy is done.
All right, guys, we have 45 minutes. We need to get on. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it going. Talk about this Loki, and I keep forgetting to make a freaking background for it. Real quick, we're probably not going to watch. I mean, Brian might.
What you talking about, man?
He already watched it.
I already got my ticket.
Yeah,
I already got my ticket. We're going.
Brian can do a review.
I got you a solo review. I got you.
Yeah.
Trolls. You don't know. They're bringing NSYNC to the Trolls. Come on, man.
Did they already do that in the last one?
No.
Was he part of a boy band?
No. So he's going to be part of a boy band, and they're going to find out that he used to be this huge boy band thing before he became Branch. So and it's his brothers. No, they didn't. The last one was the rock trolls. They were trying to take over for all the other trolls. The pop trolls and the reggae trolls, the reggaeton trolls, and the country trolls and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I'm getting the trailer confused with the movie, because the trailer kind of like, if you watch the trailer, you've seen the movie type of thing. So
yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And NSYNC's coming with a new song.
They're going on tour again.
Yeah, 38 to 42-year-old women are fawning all over them again.
Between them and Blink-182, like, no elder millennial is gonna have money. They're gonna go broke. This bands. Oh my god! All right, let's get into this. Well, let me not slouch. All right, let's talk about Loki. All right, what about everyone? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Curran. We're with Brian the Grizzly, Brandman Brandon, and we're going to talk about Loki, episode 4, the newest one. Just came out, finished it maybe like an hour ago. So right off the bat, man, what do you guys think? Brandman, have you start?
Like I've said the last several episodes, every new episode of this show just hooks me, man. I'm like, holy crap. It's just, I just love how trippy it is. I think that this is easily right now the best thing Marvel has going for itself. I just love how it always leaves me wanting. It has me never knowing what to expect will happen next, and on top of that, just really frustrates me when it ends, because I want more. when it ends, I'm like, God damn it.
I get that.
So it's really doing good in that regard. You know, I think it's very much leading to something big for the you know, whatever the next slew of Marvel movies are, or wherever they're going to go with the multiverse saga.
Mm.
It just has me. It keeps me on my feet. Is what I really like about it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't even think about my phone when I watch it. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. So you changed the background. This is low seas.
Low seas. Exactly.
What about you, Brian? What do you think about the episode?
So we were kind of talking about this when we first came on. I feel like this is a show that if you love it, you love it. If you don't love it, it's because you probably didn't like the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it. It's slower. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, there's not like a lot of changing scenes. It's not a lot of stuff missing. So I'm just saying, I love it. I love everything that's going on. I love this episode very much, but I can understand why people would not enjoy this. I definitely understand.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. I'm in love with it. I love everything they do. Everyone except Sylvie is awesome. I love all the other characters. But yeah, no, I watched this episode and I was like, what the F? I said that like 4 or 5 times, and I was sitting close to you guys. I was like, man, this is awesome. I was enjoying this so much. Man, I don't know. Ouroboros, when he said it's like a snake eating its own tail, that's what Ouroboros is. It's so smart. That's what Ouroboros is. It literally is definitions: a snake eating his own tail. So it's continuous. It's a continuous loop.
Yeah.
It's so smart, you know. And then he said something about Chicago, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm from Chicago. I don't trust nobody.
Yeah. I was like that.
I like that.
1800s. Some things never change.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but were you guys disappointed with that Easter egg? You know, not the ending, but the Easter egg just for Ouroboros, because I wanted, because you brought that up. I thought it was gonna be something that was gonna be way bigger, but the way it was like, oh, he wrote the book, but he taught me how to everything about writing the book, but now he's here, and it's like, I think
there's
it was
more
cool.
I think it's more to it.
You think there's more to it?
Yeah, we're gonna find out as he remains, because I believe he will become that.
Same.
Yeah. And I think that there's gonna be a lot more to it. And Ouroboros being that, and them shaking their hands is going to mean, because they already were plans, and Ouroboros is the only one who remembers everything. So Miss Min is may everyone else forget except for Ouroboros. I think that means something, and I believe they're partners in this. And that's the idea of it, call him Ouroboros, because he's the reason why the loop keeps going in the loop. It's because of him specifically. So without him, you wouldn't have it.
Yeah. Because the way it was just like that, I was like, that's cool, but I feel like it should be more. And I hope you're right. I hope it is more, you know, with it. Putin's says the slowest episode. I think
episode 2 was the slowest.
Episode 2 was pretty slow. I thought this one was kind of cool because it tied in stuff that happened in episode 1, which was cool. Because I forgot about the phone ringing and the whole elevator thing. I completely forgot about that, and then they brought it back. Yeah, so I mean, I enjoyed the ending. You know, the spaghetti. You know, the spaghetti thing where Victor becomes spaghetti was great. I was watching that. I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? He's gonna go in there and some, you know, and as soon as he takes a step in there, I was like,
yeah.
And then I was hoping that they ended the episode right then, because I didn't know what they were going to do, because they also reset everything in the TVA so magic could be used at that point in time. So that's why I wonder if that's where they're going with the end of the episode. But the fact that magic can now be used, and they didn't use magic the entire time, makes me feel like that was an important little tidbit detail.
Yeah, because it makes me wonder, is like, was Loki just a good guy when he can't use his powers? Now he can use his powers. Can he do all this, like, the god of mischief? Can he do that stuff again? I don't know. That is super interesting.
He could do it when they got Victor Timely in his time, and he didn't use it that much either, which irked a lot of people too. So
yeah, that like you could use it, but you haven't,
and you're still not doing it.
Yeah.
So what did you think about it? What did you think about this? Your first thoughts?
I think this is the best episode of the season so far.
Really? No, I think 3 is better.
Last week's.
Yeah.
Nah, last week was a lot of fun.
I really liked last week's episode.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of fun.
3 is the better one. This one, a lot of stuff happened. It's probably the more meaningful one.
Yeah.
This one,
I enjoy lore rather than look at that. Like, I love the look at that. Don't get me wrong, but that's all that would really happen. Was like, look what he said it or he did it. Look at that. But nothing major happened until the very, very end.
3 was huge with Victor Timely acting and carrying that entire episode, and just seeing Jonathan Majors.
Yeah,
that was intense and awesome in the storyline, and then having Renslayer come back, and having Miss Menace being back there, and her setting up that episode with telling me, I have a secret to tell you. I thought all those things in that episode 3 were great, and we had different scenes. It wasn't just all in one room.
I don't. That doesn't bug me as much as it bugs you, man. Like, I really don't. I could have a whole movie. Reservoir Dogs, one of my favorite movies. 90% of the movie happens in an empty warehouse.
It's not going to make money. And I'm saying, you spend $170 million on a 6-episode thing. You probably should have some changes in scenes.
I mean.
And that's what made Loki so good. They were going through different worlds. You're seeing different worlds.
Yeah.
It was expanding stuff. And what you're doing is actually trying to compress it into the TVA, all about the TVA. Yeah. And it's less about Loki and more about TVA. The more you go and do different things, actually, visualize these branches instead of just talking about that these are people, but actually visualize it. I think that matters more to people.
Yeah, but then it's like, I mean, but if it doesn't make sense, if something's cool because it looks cool, but it doesn't make sense to the story, then I don't want it. Like, it looks cool, great. I change
the story to make it make sense.
But I mean, can you, like, you're gonna go on these different branches that are everything's chaotic. Why are you gonna go into a place that's chaotic when now you have the power to change and control the chaos, which is what you want to do, because right now the actual branches themselves don't matter. It's the whole timeline. It's everything, so it's like them looking at the big picture, from a window kind of thing, literally that's what they're doing, so that's more interesting for me as a universe lore builder than
I'm worried about everyone else watching it, especially people that don't care about Loki. They're looking for entertainment, and it's not going to entertain them. So you have to do both things. You have to entertain, and you have to also give people something they want because they care about the character. You have to do both. And I think it's doing great at one and it's failing at the other. And that's why we're having so many split people on this show. And understand what side I'm on. Understand what side I'm on. I'm on the side. I love this.
People are already split because of, like, I know we were talking about this before, but they're already split because of all the MCU shows, stuff that this show has nothing to do with, the way Secret Invasion ended, a bunch of people stopped caring about that. A bunch of other shows that the way those played out, they stopped caring, so it's things that had nothing to do with this show are affecting this show, which it sucks.
That always happens. That always does happen. But I think that you could do something to help yourself out sometimes by having things that are interesting, that are changing of your eyes, changing that helps overall the big thing. Because I mean, when we talk about MCU fans, they are fans of movies, they are fans of pretty scenes. Sometimes that doesn't need to be your bread and butter, but you have to give them something. And I think that in the first season, they gave a lot of something. They still did a lot of lore, a lot of building. It wasn't a whole lot of action, but they gave you something for the other people, for the others. Yeah. And I feel like this is not giving that right now. Now, I do believe after seeing what I saw in this episode that we're going to get all that crap.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, that's where most of the budget
late. but is it too late?
Like if you didn't like season 1, which there are people who didn't like season 1, you're not gonna like season 2, you know, and it just
but you did this huge change in the story on season 4. I mean, on episode 4 of 6. It's not episode 4 of 8. It's episode 4 of 6.
Yeah.
So now the next episode is the penultimate, which has to be this huge building of stuff, and then it ends.
Mm-hmm.
And when they made this huge change, only giving us 2, and that's what worries me.
Sorry, man. When does this? So there's 2 more weeks left.
Mm-hmm.
So this ends literally when the Marvels come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Literally the day before, or the same day, really, because you get a lot of
do the Thursday night shows.
Yeah, Thursday night showing. So this show ends, which makes me really, really think: does this show, the way it ends, set up the Marvels and other things going forward?
I think it does other things. I don't know if it does the Marvels.
I can see it. I can see
because Secret Invasion already set up the Marvels. I don't know the TVA doesn't really mesh well with the Marvels.
I mean, you get time travel. The time travel with the space travel,
but that's more Deadpool, right?
Yeah,
that's going to be more.
I think Deadpool is going to see. And that's the thing is like they're trying to do movie stuff in the TV show. And I think what we get in Deadpool is going to be the same vibes that we get in Loki, kind of, but obviously with the Deadpool spin on it.
But changing different scenes, right? And putting different in different worlds, and we're going to see different worlds. They're going to be traveling to different worlds.
Yeah.
So I think more people are going to like the Deadpool, and they're going to be cursing and doing all the things that Deadpool does. And
Deadpool stuff. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed this because every time I just love like the color schemes about everything too. You know what I mean? Just like the bright, horrible like orange glow that puts on you, in certain spots, and then just like the end where like still that orange glow, but everything's like there's a flashes and there's that brightness from the timeline loom thing. I don't know, like as just like a fan of like how stories are told. I think they're telling like a really good story. I hope it ends well. That's my only thing. And Marvel has a really, and that's what a lot of people are saying, that they don't trust that this is going to end well because other shows didn't end well.
Well, they were saying that at the beginning of it. So, I mean, I was looking at a lot of things, and people were saying they don't like the fact that they didn't see when you're getting smushed into the box. They didn't even show that. They just showed it from their point of view, their reaction.
You can't show. Disney's not going to let anybody show that.
You didn't have to see them become
blood.
blood. You could have let it. You see them shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and then pulled away.
Yeah,
visually. And once again, if it's only in one thing, you got to give something visually to that thing.
I don't think many places would have shown, because they already hinted at what it looks like when they did it to Bradley in that in the cube. So they already show you what happens. There's no way they're gonna like mash like 20 people into a small cube.
You didn't have to show them blowing up. You just had to show them that they were getting smaller and smaller.
Sometimes it's the Jaws effect. Sometimes you don't need to see it. Just seeing Bradley's face and hearing it, but then cutting to Miss Minutes or vice versa, seeing Miss Minutes like having a little,
off on it, or sort out.
Yeah. Oh man, she was like, oh yeah, and then Bradley, cringing about it, but hearing them, I thought that was done well. You know what I mean? Because seeing it, maybe
you're still once again only showing one. I'm thinking in filmmaking, you're not. That's not what you're supposed to do in things that you're trying to grab someone's attention. That's literally like that's how it's. The film class I took says you're not supposed to only do one thing. You're not. It doesn't, especially in something that's supposed to be a detective type of. You're trying to grab someone's attention. You focusing on one thing does not grab more people to the screen. Going back and forth does. Showing you a little bit and then letting the mind go. But when you do it only on their view, then it almost becomes fleeting.
No,
that's why I got a book.
Perfect example. Reservoir Dogs, man, it's a classic. It's one of the best movies like ever, and it's
Reservoir Dogs wouldn't do as well in this age and time.
It would not. Yeah.
It would not. It just would not.
Yeah,
You couldn't do
I
it.
still think it does. You know, I mean,
That's
Zack
because you
Attack
like
didn't
it.
like but
Because you like it. But like,
I mean, a
and
lot of
then
people like it. It's considered a classic for that reason.
yes, but
you know?
because
But
but not younger.
Jaws did that. Jaws spent all its time like
And
on
it
a
was
boat
made in
in the
the
sea.
70s.
But those are good stories. Doesn't
But
matter if it like
it does
bounces
if it's
around.
50 years ago.
I
If it's
disagree.
literally 50 years ago. So when you take it and you put it out now, it's not the same thing because you have different type of people. So now if you're only trying to grab the small section of people that are of this age and between this age and this age, that's fine. If that's all you're focusing on, that's fine. But if you're trying to get a mass grab, because I'm looking at Disney, looking at Marvel, what they're trying to do, they need to create new fans.
Yeah.
But
then that goes against directly what you said. If you want bigger fan base, that includes more kids. You can't show people getting crushed to death.
But I'm not talking about little kids. You're trying to
any
grab,
kids. Like
you're trying to grab the Five Nights at Freddy kids. You're trying to grab the Grand Theft Auto kids. You're trying to do something that's going. You don't have to show them being killed. I'm not saying maim somebody, but you go back and forth so they understand what's going on, and then you don't show anything. You still keep the rating without doing that, but at least for them to understand. They always say keep your audience in the knowledge, in the know, and don't assume that they understand what's going on. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you're going from scene to scene to scene, like you need to. It's hard staying in the one frame of view frame and trying to explain something that's going on.
Mm-hmm. I get. I understand. You know, but like it's funny because like that scene was one of my not my favorite, but one of my more liked scenes in this episode. You know, because it cut to Miss Minutes, who had a very different reaction than X5 Bradley had. You know, and they're watching the same thing. You know, and you just hear
Bradley was almost there. He was almost in them.
Yeah, Bradley's not a bad guy. You know, that's why I like Bradley because like you know his old group, you know, was like shunned him. You know, and the new people are like, no, F you too. So like he's out on both sides, and he's like, all I want to do is live my effing life. You know, that's why I like that because Bradley was like, oh, we don't want to work with her because she doesn't want us, you know, to do this, and I don't want to work with. They don't want me to work with them because they want my life to be taken away, you know, kind of thing. So
I still think the lack of things. Not having really good morals does make him a bad guy. He let things happen and he
allowed
other people.
Happen.
So that I'm pretty sure he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He pruned other people and I'm gonna go bad.
Yeah. I don't want to say bad. I'll say more like he just want to be left alone.
He killed somebody.
Who?
The dude he pruned. He's drinking his cocoa, minding his own damn business.
Oh,
B-15.
Well, yeah.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah. But that's like just like I know. But is it though? I was like, you're doing. He did a bad thing, but does that make him a bad guy?
Yes, he's being
he wanted to do. He's like, hey, he's being selfish. He's being selfish.
But you killed somebody, so you're being selfish, and you killed somebody. I'm going to say that puts you in the bad guy.
But now you saw he saw what happened to the people that picked. He saw what happened to the other people who didn't side with Renslayer. So he's like, oh shit, now if I don't follow her, am I gonna be that next, you know? So now it's kind of like it falls in that in between kind of thing. Because after he did it, he didn't really like it.
He's back.
Yeah.
You make a choice.
I mean, I don't know.
He killed people. He killed people in the other one. He was gonna let them all die. All the people die in that when he knew about the scheme. Like the dude is not a good guy. Like
he's not a good guy. Don't get me wrong. So he's not a good guy. I think he's more of a neutral guy. He's a guy that's just like, let me live my life. I was happy as being an actor. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of these other people might want to be too. But now they're picking sides, and they're like. And how many of them are just like, I just want to live my life, man. Like, let me have my actor life and be happy. You know, like no,
it's the same as Scourge. You do bad things for a bad person. You give up your own morals and stuff like that. You become that. So no, I don't think you just kind of fall into some. I just fell into being a bad. No, you gave up your own morals. You gave up. You're only self-centered. You're so self-centered that you only focus on yourself. That means in my book, you're a bad guy. Because I could go in the real world, police that do the same thing. There wasn't that they're trying to do it, but they got set up in that thing. They didn't say anything. It's the same type of thing. That means you're a bad guy. It just puts you in that bad guy's realm. That's just who you are. Doesn't mean you're the worst guy. You're not the big bad, but you're not a good person.
Yeah. No, like I said, I wouldn't.
I would say you're a neutral person. A neutral person is like Ouroboros or what's his name? The dude is reading the manual. He's just whatever. He's doing whatever. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. But that's not a good guy. That's definitely. I say he's definitely a bad guy if I'm labeling these people.
Okay.
Especially and I don't know. I mean, there's other characters that don't do anything that are just and they're admitting I don't know what to do. Those are neutral people. I
think they're just there.
Like Liz Carr, like what's her, she's the small one who's in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
That's a neutral person. She's neutral. She doesn't know what to do. That's neutrality. But what he did, that's not neutrality. You gave up your morals. You're no longer a good guy. That's not who you are.
Neutral is probably like not the right word, but he was definitely selfish. He's selfish, but he
has no morals. He's so immoral or amoral. The only thing about yourself, and you do bad things. I think that makes you a bad guy.
Immoral, okay? I mean, because you could do bad things and still.
I said amoral, so your morals are only. I mean, yourself. It's one moral. It's only me.
Yeah. So, all right. Well,
no one cares.
Let's move on.
No one cares.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Damn it. Let me get some of these questions real quick. When they were pruned in season 1, they just. Well, oh, sorry, my cat. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Only went to the other place with alligator Loki.
Yeah. So now it's like, where are they going?
No. So they say they're.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to close my windows.
Okay.
They say they no longer exist.
Yeah, they just completely vanished from timeline because where they were going is gone. Yeah. So that is interesting. I don't think they said it right out, right?
So no one knows exactly what but they say there's not the timelines for them to go to, and that place doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. Because they let the monster out. So I think they are all only Loki's variants went over there anyway, right? Most they're the only ones that survived. The only one survived. Everyone else died still in that place.
Yeah. So you said, haha, look at that. That brings back memories of high school. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, man.
He was talking about the Sylvie enchanted Bradley when she enchanted and he just, did whatever.
Yeah. Because she hasn't done that in a while, obviously. Let's see, Disney was going to let that box thing fly. Yeah. Oh, they weren't.
They would not. He's just saying
we're
not going to.
They purposely didn't show the shark for the first 3 minutes in Jaws. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were ramping up the tension, which makes sense. But this was only a scene.
Yeah. I mean, actually shot a scene like that. I actually saw a scene like that. I didn't show anything obvious for budget reasons, but then all we know was what was happening. I didn't need to see them being crushed. Yeah, same.
I don't think you need to see them being crushed, but you need to see the square. Like he knows what he did. He could stop him, and it brings more depth to Bradley because he could actually hit the machine and stop it if he really wanted to.
Yeah, well, that's why he was like in there too. He's like, I could easily be in that box too.
He also could easily stop it, but he didn't. He chose not to. So I mean, I feel like that gives more depth to it.
Yeah, but when B-15 came, I would have liked to have seen the aftermath, but Disney won't let that go.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to see the aftermath either. I agree with not showing the aftermath.
No, but I wonder does it just all disappear in the cube? Like,
I think it's gonna be like a giant bloodbath. Like just all the people were just exploded. Like,
does it all just stay? Oh, I always pictured it when they did it the last episode. It was like everything stays inside that cube. I wonder if that's like the quantum zone kind of thing then. You know, does the cube just keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and just till it's gone?
But the people don't shrink.
They don't shrink.
So the blood, you heard it explode. So the liquid of the people had to go somewhere.
That's
so
true.
I don't need to see that, but you just need to see understand that it's getting smaller. You understand what's happening better if you just show that. I don't want to see them explode or even the aftermath of it because obviously B-15 walked in and she saw stuff all over the ground. I don't need that in my life.
Did she walk in and saw stuff on the ground?
Yeah, because she that's how she knew what happened. Because she walked in, she was like, and she was looking like, oh my God. Not like they were going, but she saw.
Yeah.
She saw what happened.
Wait. I don't remember. I have to watch it again. That's the one thing I wish it doesn't, because it comes on right away and then it's like then we come to stream, so I don't get to watch it again. Because another thing I want to look for is like, I wonder if the floor has grates. Are the floors more like grated or slotted or something like that? It's like, oh, we already planned for the mess, like that kind of thing. Yeah. But I said Victor's up to something.
Oh yeah,
I think so. The way he volunteered himself so willingly.
I thought that from like yeah.
He like I said, he's playing 4D chess and everyone else is figuring out what game they're playing.
Yeah.
He's so far ahead.
Yeah. He's playing 4D chess and everyone else is playing X.
Yeah.
For tic-tac-toe.
Cool things. Were they all pruned in season 1? Yeah, we already said that one.
Yeah, they did, but they're no longer there in that place.
Yeah. All we need is a tiny bright red cube.
I just think you show it and then you show it going down and you show it go down and see the people having to get closer and then you cut it back away. But at least it changes the view for the camera.
I don't know.
And that's all it does. It gives you, if anyone who didn't see or didn't understand what was happening in season 3 or didn't understand or episode 3 or episode 2 didn't understand, you pan back and forth just so they understand what's going on. Less about.
I think you understood what was going on. Miss Minutes was, having an orgasm, and Bradley was, freaking out, and you hear people screaming.
Once again, I think we do. I think you really need to capture understanding what's going on. That they all know what's happening.
Is that they die very brutally. That's the thing. I don't care if they were chopped up into tiny little pieces, or like they had space piranhas, or turned into like teeny cubes until they squished.
I think people are going to say in an episode that was slow, that it was too boring, and it was all staying in all stage in one area, and they're going to have problems with it. But you could do things to change that perception. Yeah. Doesn't matter how much I love it or I enjoy it, because they already hooked me. So me saying it, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But Disney, who has a problem with selling Disney Plus, needs to be thinking in broader terms. They need to grab all the other people too.
Mm-hmm.
It's important for them, because if they don't, if you don't change or adapt, you're doomed to fail. That's just what it is. So you can't worry about the people that you already got. You got to worry about the people that aren't there. And would this be an episode, if you don't know what's going on, that will grasp you and make you understand? So you got to do all those little moves that they seem like details that don't really matter, do matter, because you're not grabbing this huge number of people.
But also, are you going to be grabbing a new audience in season 2, episode 4? You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't watch anything before, you're not going to let me check out this one random episode. You know what I mean? It's like
you only have 6 episodes. You don't know when you're going to do it.
Yeah. But I was like, especially like, no one's gonna be like, let me jump into the middle of season 2. You know what I mean? Like, that's why that's why if you didn't watch season 1, you're not gonna watch season 2 from the start. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot of people that are watching it and just not liking it.
Let's see. I can see what Brian, the cube getting smaller and smaller and cutting back and forth, dude, and Ravana in minutes. Yeah, that would have been nice. I see that in my head.
It just changes your viewpoint. It changes the idea that you only are looking at one view, because the camera view was only one thing. Not necessarily that I'm saying this, there's this huge thing, but the changing of view is supposed to be something you do in film class. Like, you're supposed to change some people's eye levels and stuff like that. It makes things feel more important. When you don't do it, it's just leaving to your imagination, and sometimes people don't care.
I don't know. I really like that scene. because I rather see somebody's reaction to the visceral thing than seeing the visceral thing.
But you're not seeing anything. You can have when I'm proposing, you see their reaction and you really understand what's going on at the same time without showing anything that's going to be too problematic. You still get the changing of the views. You still get everything, and you still get their viewpoint when it happens. Everything's still the same. Everything you got, we got still. Plus, I made sure that it showed as it's shrinking.
Yeah, I sometimes I think seeing people's reactions to things, depending on like the tension and atmosphere, like really that really sells it for me more than seeing what's actually going on. Something like an example that I always go back to is coincidentally we were talking about this movie the other day, An American Werewolf in London. Most of the movie, you barely even see the monster. You barely see the werewolf. You see people reacting to it. And kind of in the rare occasions that they do show it, it's like from a distance or it's kind of cut off. So I think it all what I'm getting at is I think it all boils down to how it's executed, how like the feel or the vibe of the scene, just from an aesthetical standpoint.
Yeah,
I think that's what really tells it.
Yeah, no, I think everything you're saying makes perfect sense, but it does matter on do you feel the intensity? Do you feel the tension? And what helps you feel the tension? And sometimes you got to assume that your audience does not know what's going on. You have to make that assumption. But literally, I'm asking for a cut and cut back and forth a couple times so you see it and they understand what's going on. So everyone chose for this to happen. They knew what was going to happen, and you see it go through, and they understand what's going through, and they still say we're still not going to go with you. And then you got cut to Miss Minutes and Ravona. And
I mean, isn't that what happened?
They never cut to them. They
it
don't
cuts to the chick where she
says it at the beginning before anything's happening. But she's
already in the cube.
She's in the cube. You don't see it squishing them for closer and closer. All these people. So it gives you an idea of there's 16 people in here that are going doof, doof. You don't have to show anything, but you show the reaction, what's actually happening.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind it, but I like what they did. I rather see somebody's like face than
I still see your face.
A close up. You can't do a close up on somebody's face and also
turn. But how can I not get a closer and actually get a closer close up as it pulls in?
Yeah, but then that's a whole nother. I know what shot you're talking about, where you're like this and now it's closer, this and now it's even closer, this and now it's even closer.
But I'm not saying it's only 2 times you got to do it, just like Deep Blue Sea,
which isn't a good movie. I was like,
it's a scene, but you know what scene I'm talking about. If I say
I know what scene you're talking about, because I like that movie because it's so over the top and corny.
But if you say what scene, you know what scene you're talking about. You know exactly what you're grabbing someone. I'm telling you what we'll talk to other people, and everyone else is going to say. Yeah,
I know you're talking about. Where's Anzo at? Anzo thinks like that Ahsoka episode or the what's his name?
Anzo hates this whole thing right now. So
does he? Oh shit!
Yeah, he hates this whole thing. So no, all of them hate this except for me. And Chris.
Wow!
Yeah,
wow.
Me and Chris are the only ones. So I'm telling you, there's a huge gathering. And I'm telling you, little things like that bring them back in, and you need to do that if you're Disney. It's not about what I like, it's about what do you do as for a company, what you need to do for this show.
I agree with that. Like they need to make things better.
That's like they have to do things to these little things. You're like, oh, it's fine. It's not about being fine. You have to bring people in. If you're not going to do it for the masses, then you're going to end up failing. That's just what it is.
Yeah. But I think this show is trying to do something different than all the other stereotypical Marvel superhero stuff. Yeah. And it definitely is. And I think people don't like that, like the pie eating scene. All those damn people lost their minds for it. And I was like, then you don't get story the storytelling and the nuance of little things like that, and the importance of little things like that, because you're used to like Loki fucking blowing up shit or 15 Lokis and him like, you know, mind controlling people and stuff. Like that's what you're used to, and I get it, but you know, do you always want that, or do you want, you know, a good story?
You know,
Warren
that's
said
why
one thing. He said, I've been more okay with them being in a restaurant if it was a diner or less, because McDonald's takes away from the thing, takes away from the scene, and being in there and makes it more boring because it's Oklahoma McDonald's. And I told him it was meant to be that way, but people feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to know what your audience is saying.
What were you gonna say, Brandon?
Oh no, I lost my train of thought. I think well we got too far in the conversation at this point.
Yeah.
We're
Brandon Davis is like me. Yeah, I know. The whole time you like when you're talking about it, it reminds me of like the Homer Simpson. It's like, yeah, then you close up to the dog. Like, but how you know the dog? It's like you make his eyes shift. It's like that's how you know the dog's evil. It was like, oh, okay.
Like, but no, I mean, you could do the exact same scene with exactly what I'm saying, and just to bring in, I'm saying it's just film.
I honestly don't think it would make a difference. Like that big of a difference. You're not going to bring in like hundreds of people because you go to like.
I mean, you can bring up hundreds of people to bring up in different place. That's literally what you do because it's millions of people watching it. So literally,
I'm already watching it. You know,
but literally,
you're not going to get new people. You're not going to get any new people because you go to a random planet that no one's ever heard of, you know, or something like that. That's
no, but changing scenes matters, and I think that's where we're going to hear a lot of people. The changing scenes matters.
I don't know. For me, it matters if it makes sense for the story.
Yeah, but if you can make it make sense, you're the writer.
Then you're shoehorning something in, and then that.
No, this just because this is a story doesn't matter. Mean that's the only way that the story could have been told, or it was the only way that the story was framed. This is what happened, but doesn't mean that that's just how it's cut. Doesn't mean that was the only thing they did.
I mean, I don't. All right, we're spending way too much time on this thing. Have you guys seen that Facebook Messenger TVA theme with Miss Minutes in the background? I have not. I might change that. I might look it up now. Yeah, we come back for a second. All right. Let's finish things up. Anything else you guys can think of?
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else.
No, I thought what they did with Ravonna at the beginning of this episode was great. I thought that little scene, that 3 minutes they gave Ravonna
in the beginning,
that she was a general.
I thought that was horrible. I was like,
understand that she was a general, that he couldn't have done anything without her, and then he turned his back on her because she didn't matter.
I already knew that from them not telling me that. It was like, I have a secret. Oh, she's big. She's known somebody, you know?
Once again, they gave you a thing. You're saying it from I already knew to someone else saying, I need to know what's going on, and they need to tell you, because then that will be a huge complaint.
Yeah, I mean, they have to tell you. I know they have to tell you because they have to tell you, you know what I mean? But I was like, I'm like, really, that's a secret? I just feel like it could have been told better. You know, I was like, what? You know, it was I don't know. Like, the end of last episode left you with like, oh, what's the big secret? Then you find out the big secret. You're like, yeah, okay, cool.
Well, I don't think it was a big secret, but it was enough for her to give her pause on to turn her back on him.
You know, but I thought she was like, oh, now we're gonna trust Miss Minutes. Like literally a minute ago, she was ready to kill you.
Yeah,
you know? I was like, oh, but now let's trust her. I was like,
because she loves him. And then I thought that even what Miss Minutes saying, you'll never be him, matters, and I think that's part of Big Timely's plan too. You'll never be him, and that's going to mean more too coming in other episodes.
Yeah.
And you will never be him. He's going to feel that, and you're saying I'm not as good as him, so I have to be better.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to drive him into being Victor Time. I mean, to be the one who remains.
Yeah, that I liked. You know, where like she's like disappearing, and she's like I gotta tell you, and then like it cuts, and then she like does it with the like evil voice. You'll never be him, and then she like resets to like old school, like an old school clock, which is kind of cool. Like a digital, you remind me like a digital square with a calculator on your fucking wrist, kind of watch, you know. But yeah, I mean, like, that's why like I didn't like the beginning with the Renslayer. I even when she got like hot sticked, I forgot pruned or whatever. I was kind of like that was a moment I was like, oh shit. And I'm like, there's no way she's gone. And then, they kind of kill everyone, it seems like. So I'm like, okay. So she's not gone, obviously.
How pissed off would you guys be if you find out it was all in Loki's mind? He was just seeing the future like he saw.
I hate that when they do that in stories. Like,
man,
it was all a dream. Oh, shut the fuck up with that. That's so it's so generic. It's such a cop out. Yeah.
You're not gonna say it was the greatest thing since sliced bread? I love the way they did it. It's like, no, it's stupid.
I hate when they do that. Like it's in his head, or it's a dream, or it's a vision. Sylvie has a vision, and that's her vision. And it was like, you just wasted an entire episode on nothing that mattered because it was
sticks. Once again, you did all this stuff.
If they do that, I don't think they're gonna do that though. I don't think they're gonna.
I hope not. That would piss me
off.
I hope
not. That is, yeah.
I might not be here next week. I'll be like, all right, guys, I'm done. I'm out.
What'd you say, Brandon?
What's up, L?
I'm just saying, how much of a cop out would that be?
Yeah, that would be. Because then, I really that is like a movie telling or storytelling trope that I absolutely hate. I hate that so much. Family Guy does a really good one where it's like a 3-part episode of like Stewie finally kills his mom, like all this crazy shit, and at the end of this like mini, series of 3 episodes, like it's just Stewie in like what if machine. It's like, but it's funny because it's making fun of that whole situation, so it's a little different, but yeah, it was.
If you want to know how to lose fans, do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did they do that? Has the MCU done that yet? With anything?
When they've said nothing matters, none of this matters? I don't think so.
Yeah, where like it winds up being like a dream or a vision or something, so a big chunk of a movie or a big part of a show. I don't think they've done that yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. Brandon said, I love the pacing of the show. It's like something seems like it could be a major plot point and then it sums up pretty quickly. Yeah. I enjoyed the pacing. There's some parts where I was like, oh, okay, like especially like in like episode 2 probably, but yeah, overall it's not too bad. Because it's able to pick up from season 1, so you can skip certain things, So, it's a 2-parter. Stewie kills his mom. I know the episode. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And we got Jason Entertainment. What's up, Jason?
What's up, Jason?
What's going on, Jason?
I'm gonna save that one for later. And then, what was the soap opera that ended and it was just kids' imagination inside of Snow Globe? Oh my god! I think some old hospital. Really? That's horrible. I'll be so pissed off. I'll be so mad.
As the world turns.
The ultimate troll move.
That is.
I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah, was it General Hospital? I think was one where it was a hospital one. I mean, I just know the name, but that's it. All right, cool. So we went on a rant as usual. But cool. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We're going to move on to some other stuff. So if you're watching live, stick around. If you're watching on replay, leave a comment. Let us know. I'm sure we missed a few things. If we missed anything that you liked or didn't like, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this episode and the show as of episode 4 and where you think it might go in the last 2 episodes. But hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, lets YouTube know we're doing some good stuff, and appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. But if you're watching live, like I said, stick around because we are about to move on to our next topic. All right. So everyone's talking about Five Nights at Freddy. Are you guys watching Five Nights at Freddy? And if yes, where? Peacock.
We definitely are.
Yeah.
Or at least I will. Tank and I will.
I think all of us are.
Yeah, I'll watch Five Nights at Freddy. Why would I'm like, who the hell's Freddy? Five Nights at Freddy.
No, but are you going to? You're not going to the theater. Do you girls want to see it? Because they're about that range where.
No.
They would.
They hear about it and talk about it at school, but no, they're not going to watch Five Nights at Freddy.
Okay, they're not into it.
No. We just saw Paw Patrol.
Mhm.
So I don't think that's what's happening.
Yeah. But I'll probably watch it on Peacock. I'm just gonna watch it at home.
Yeah, I'll just pull it up on Peacock tomorrow night.
Yeah, I am. Although I gotta watch what's that TV show? Our Flag Means Death. I need to get caught up with that.
Same.
Yeah. So
Same.
that's
I've been seeing so many ads for it.
Yeah. There's a few people that I follow on my personal channel that are doing reviews, and I've been avoiding it because I was like, no, like I do not know spoilers. I want to watch it. So, but yeah, I do enjoy that show.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I need to call it a night. I'm like falling asleep sitting up here. It's been just a long week getting ready for everything.
Yeah, all right. When you get that package, give me a call.
All right, just hit me up about it. Shoot me a message.
Yeah, you'll get it tomorrow before like 5. It should be delivered.
Okay, my bad, guys. I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
All right. I'll talk to you guys.
Cool.
All right. Good night.
I was literally buying the tickets for the Trolls get the band back together.
Oh,
so I was making sure I bought the tickets. That's all. I was just
got them. Yeah.
Out right now on Peacock. It is.
Yeah. Because I was wondering. I'm like, why is everyone? Because I see a lot of reviewers, talking about it. I'm like, I thought the embargo was not until the movie came out, and then I didn't know the movie came out today. So I was like, oh, that makes sense why I see all the reviews about it.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone's doing a watch party. Like, let's all watch Peacock and let's watch Friday Nights at Freddy's all together.
I'm sure.
I fall asleep first.
If I had time, that wouldn't be a bad thing to do, like on a Saturday night. But
this is Halloween weekend, so I don't know.
I mean, I got nothing going on Halloween.
Talking about man.
Lucas got his. I know it's like no one gives a shit, but we bought him a dragon onesie costume kind of thing, so something we can throw over his like clothes, so he can still be dressed up. We put it on today. Oh my god, I think Erica was damn near crying.
Yeah,
you can see seeing your toddler in the first costume ever, and he's like stomping around the living room. But yeah.
I think Kaylee's first one was a Pooh Bear, and then Charlie, I believe, was a Starry Night. So yeah,
Starry Night.
Yeah, like it's like crescent moon,
painting
star. No, so like she was like,
just
half her body was crescent moon and the stars right there.
Okay,
it glowed in the dark.
Ah, nice. We say Grace. She don't like
stuff with diversity.
What are you talking about? Grace, what is her name?
No, yeah. What's her name?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hers. So I am Grace Randolph. There you go.
Randolph.
I saw that critics have destroyed Finance Freddy's FNF. But I'm hearing other content's great like Grace Randolph. So I believe also 3cc and Chris Stuckman. It's also a great movie. I saw Chris Stuckman and another, what the hell is his name? Talk about it. What's his name? Jeremy Johns. I saw them talk about it yet, but I haven't watched their. Usually with those guys, I'll watch the movie and then see what they have to say. But yeah, I'm not a big Grace Randolph fan. Just not really.
Overall, yeah.
She's okay, but when she expects a historical movie about Nazis to have some minorities, that's nuts. Yeah,
I agree.
I have no idea what, like, whenever I see a headline with her, I was like, next, skip it. So watch for yourself from your own opinion, always best way to go. Oh yeah, that's why I like to watch it first and form my own opinion, and then I'll watch what other people are saying about it, because then I can because there's times where I'm like, I didn't think about it that way. That's interesting, or I'm like completely disagree with somebody, or I'm like, yeah, I feel the same way. So that's why I usually like to watch stuff first on my own.
I mean, if it's only an hour 35 minutes, why wouldn't you watch it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like the newer game more, where you're like in the big mall arcade that they did. I saw Markiplier play it. And also he's not in it, which really sucks. And I don't know if you know who Markiplier is. He's one of the OG, big Five Nights at Freddy's. What's the big one that he got big off of? I can't remember, but he does a lot of like video game kind of guy. That now he's doing a bunch of other shit. He's like doing movies and stuff now. But yeah, he's not in it. I think a few other YouTubers are supposed to be in it, because honestly, the game got big because of YouTubers like playing it, so. But yeah, he said he was doing something else and he couldn't be in the movie, but he was asked to be in it, which is at least good. But it does suck.
At least they knew what direction they wanted to go in. They just weren't able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, I mean, Markiplier, that dude is insanely busy. Like he was doing a movie. He has the really cool thing on YouTube where it's like a choose your own adventure on YouTube, which was super cool, super innovative, but also like he's a YouTube like golden child, so kind of whatever he wants to do, like YouTube is like, yes, here's a bunch of money, but it did really well, it's pretty cool. I recommend going to check that out, because then he has other YouTubers in it, and you're like POV with him, and you're like, oh, you're gonna go do this or you want to do that, and then you get to pick what you want to do, which was pretty cool.
That sounds really interesting, because I love those books, so I'm all for.
Yeah. But like in
content that there's that.
Yeah, it's really cool. One's like a robbery, and the other one he did a second one. It was like a space something in space. The robbery one was super cool. There are worse people. She's a 5. Oh, I know there are worse people. 100%, man. I am not disagreeing with there. That's why she's not the worst. She's just yeah. That's why I don't really talk about it, because I'm like, she's not really
she's not your cup of tea for that. That's what it is.
Yeah. Also her voice. I don't know what it is, but her voice. And that obviously has nothing to do with she can't control that, but there's sometimes there's little voices where you're just like, I can't listen to you. So, usually when I'm not sure about a movie or I don't know about anything about it, I watch some reviews first. But when I know I'm excited for a movie, I usually skip those reviews until I've seen a movie. So that's what Jason said. Okay,
I totally understand that, but I always I like to watch something first and kind of form my own thing without anyone else's. But I know that if it was something I never heard of, I will like watch some reviews and see what's going on. So I know if it's a genre that I wouldn't like to get into. Even if someone says they don't like it, as long as they give you a good basis of why, I still probably will check it out.
Spoiler free too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like The Exorcist Believer. I wanted to watch it before I saw anybody's review. So I saw a lot of headlines. It's hard to avoid headlines when you're on social media. But I didn't want to see reviews. And I thought it was an okay movie. Not great by any means, but it was like not bad. And then, seeing people are like, it's the worst movie ever made, or it's like the worst movie all year and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I had an okay time. I had problems with it too, but I thought it was okay. But same thing with It Lives Inside. I was super hyped about that. I know we watched the trailer. That's the girl with the glass jar.
Yep.
And again, that would have been a perfect movie if they would have went the Jaws route. Never show me the monster, because
I agree with that. So that because when you have the suspense already, like I think the same thing with Signs. You should never show me the alien. Yep. Never showed it to me, because once you showed it to me, I didn't care anymore.
Exactly, and at least in Signs, it was kind of like, oh yeah,
no, the dude was walking across the screen.
Yeah, it was yeah. Yeah,
it's like, what are you doing?
It Lives Inside. I might do a review for it or something like that. But I don't want to bash a movie. That's why I really don't want to do a review, because I didn't give it a good rating on Letterboxd. I didn't give it a good rating. But like with that one, it was like they showed parts of it, like a silhouette, which looked cool. Its hand with the long fingernails looked cool. The sound it made was cool. They showed its feet, super cool. And then they finally showed it at the end. And you're just like, oh, that looks cheap. That looks
like
not
there was like
good.
a dude in the outfit, like with all crazy things, and then he's just like in a regular outfit,
kind of with just this really like I don't know. It just didn't look good. And I was kind of disappointed. Like the image I had in my head was more scary than the image that they gave me, this because of all the silhouettes and stuff, but it kind of sucked.
Can you get a little piece of it? It does. You have to. It helps the imagination run wild. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. A lot of people don't, though. They try.
They'd be like it sucks.
They'd be like it sucks. Yeah. I'd be like because critics are or people say so. Yeah. People should watch a movie for themselves. Many people lie, especially if it's a Disney product. Yeah, I mean, because also like it's people might hate it because it is a certain product that they don't agree with, for whatever reason, or they might like it because it's supposedly this like great thing because it's made by somebody. Like perfect example is like Killers of the Flower Moon. It's a Scorsese film. De Niro's in it, amazing actor. Leo's in it, amazing actor.
I finished that movie and I was like,
yeah. I had a lunchtime where I'm like, I need to not work, and I was just like done with work. I literally locked myself in my office today, and I finished. I'm like, I'm gonna write a review. So I wrote a really, I think it's a really good review on Flowers of the Killer Moon on my Letterbox.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. How many paragraphs is it?
I'm about to find out in a second.
6 paragraphs.
Oh my gosh!
I wrote an essay. The last time I wrote an essay, I don't even was caught my last semester in nursing school, so a while ago. But I had fun with it. Stuff like that, and but yeah. But
I am about no. You don't say something like that.
What?
Let's see.
Well, see how many stars I give it, and I don't know if you agree with that. Just the stars, because I get like I don't know. I don't want to get too much because we're probably going to record the review, probably just me and you, off stream, because like I said, we love chat, love hanging out with chat, but I think that subject matter and everything like that, I'd rather keep it a shorter video and keeping it to the point. But just a little spoiler, I gave it 3.5 stars. So
I gave it 3 stars. So I'm not too far from you.
We're right there. Yeah. We're right there.
But I can see 3.5. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. I mean, I saw other people giving it 5. I'm like, oh my God. It was like, but also I before I watched anybody else's reviews and stuff like that, I wanted to watch it myself. Kyle, hey, there you go. Oh yeah, the movie tours. They were with Screen Zen. Excuse me. Hey, go check out the movie tubers. Those are awesome guys. Movie Time Minute with DJ Kenny Sparks, and then Jason with Screen Zen reviews, and also obviously the man Zach Attacks. That man is everywhere now.
I just saw him and Zach Milan.
Yeah, that was
earlier.
Awesome. Yeah, they were on yesterday. That was an awesome fun because it was Zach Gober, I think his name is. I'm sorry if I'm ruining your name, but it was 3 Zachs, which was awesome. But that was a lot of fun. That was a fun stream to be in. So, I can lower my expectations when I see a movie is not doing well, but not just say it's crap because others say it. Yeah, like for me, like I said, Believer, Exorcist Believer. Everyone's saying it's the worst movie. I'm like, that was fun. I got what I expected from it. From my own personal expectations. But I wanted more for sure. But it was good. I didn't hate it. Like some other people are just saying it's horrible.
Well, I mean, I think about myself. When I said about Multiverse of Madness, when I first saw, I was like, "F this movie," and then I really thought about it. I was like, it really wasn't that bad. It was just me having my anticipation up so high that it could anything less than a masterpiece wasn't going to pass.
Yeah, so. Like a game change. Like it was going to change the MCU. But that's what we're all kind of like hyping for too. But yeah, that was one of those movies. Poon's Cat said Dial of Destiny was not a bad movie. It wasn't a great movie, but some of the reviews trashed it hard.
It was a bad ending.
It was a bad yes.
It was a bad ending.
Yeah. I didn't hate it, especially I didn't hate it for all the reasons why some of the other people hated it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't hate it. It just it wasn't good. I think it's not the worst Indiana Jones movie.
Crystal Skull takes that by a mile.
Yeah. So there's that at least. Have you watched the Netflix show Captain Slayer Hawk Remix? If so, it's any good. I'm hearing great things about it. If so, I might check it out. I have no idea.
I've never even heard of it.
That sounds awesome. It was like, let's just put some awesome words together. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Oh, it's an anime. Captain Laserhawk. Is that the one you're talking about?
I'm looking right now. Yeah.
I watch. What is it? What is it? That can't be it, right?
I don't see Captain Slayer at all.
I see Captain Laserhawk.
Yeah.
A Blood Dragon? Or Blood Dragon remix. Yeah. Oh. I gotta look that one up. And then he said, I agree much with that. People really wanted to trash Dial of Destiny. Yeah, again, it's a Disney movie. It's Indiana Jones coming after a really bad Indiana Jones. You know, people
Harrison Ford being 80 years old, things like that. They're going to trash just because of ancillary things, like nothing to do with the actual movie.
Yeah. That's why people, like you said, they see certain names and there's like garbage, right off the bat, and
I'm telling you, it does better for someone to trash things, than it is to really give it the opportunity.
Like I said, like we're never we'll say things are bad if it's bad, but we never go into a movie wanting it to be bad. You know what I mean? Like hearing all the bad things about Five Nights at Freddy, I'm hoping that it is good. I mean, I'm not expecting like the greatest horror movie ever.
Good. It could be. I just wanted it to be a good. Are You Afraid of the Dark? You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I need.
I'm cool with campy. I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't like camp. And I love camp horror. So I'm still going into it with open mind.
Hey, I Goosebumps into the second Goosebumps. So like if it's that.
We need to watch the show. I haven't watched any of it. We need to watch it and do a review because people are people are saying it's good, But I wanted to see it after watching the trailer. I think all of us did, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't be against watching it now.
Now,
voices.
The voice. Think the voice.
The Grace Randolph voice. That's what it is.
Yeah. Grace is like one of those friends you see but then you remember why you don't want to see her no more. that is the perfect way to describe Grace Randolph. You're like, oh man, I used to watch her stuff. What's going on with her? You're like,
that's why we stopped.
Yeah, that's hilarious, dude. I saw Everything Everywhere based solely on a random YouTuber trailer.
But a movie that you have no idea about, and then you see it, and you're like, "Oh man, this sounds like it might be great," and then you watch it, and it was great. That's awesome.
Yeah. I know it's like Zack Attack's favorite movie of all time, which is crazy. But granted, I'll give it to him. He hasn't watched a lot of movies, so he's catching up on a lot of older stuff, and it's so weird. Like
he doesn't like any of the older stuff. As I'm telling you, there's some people that are in a different generation that just don't care for this stuff.
Yeah, but it's hard. And that's they were talking about that on Zach Millen's show yesterday when they were talking about Citizen Kane, who's what is considered one of, if not the best movie of all time. And I still think it is a masterpiece.
I hate it.
Did you? I don't love it. But I definitely see why.
That people
say it's a masterpiece, and it is a masterpiece to me.
But it's the time for me. So, but. That context, you have to think about the movie in this context of the time that it was created.
Yeah. No one ever did that before. That was groundbreaking storytelling. That no one ever did that before. Now that shit's done all the time. Like
now
there's
it's in that book I was talking about. Yeah. It's in the book.
Yeah, it's literally like how to do it, and there's those kind of things that like change storytelling that becomes normal that like a viewer watching movies now goes back and watches that. You're not impressed. You're like, you've seen it before, but you got to remember, this is the first one that did it. You know what I mean? This is the
reason why you've seen it before.
Yeah,
because of this movie.
Yeah. So to me, it's I don't know if I would consider it the best movie of all time, but it's up there for me. It is a really interesting movie. What movie that was up for an Oscar the other year? That was kind of the making behind the scenes. Gary Oldman was in it. It was behind the scenes of Citizen Kane. That was a great movie. It was a movie about making the movie, which was super awesome. I didn't think I was gonna like that movie because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so pretentious and it's gonna be so far up its own ass. It was a great movie talking about the making of the movie of Citizen Kane, and I'm like, it was awesome. It was really well done. Like, I really enjoyed it. So, and I can't remember the name of it but I remember Gary Oldman was in it. No, Rose. I mean, she's okay. I love her movie Math though. I don't even know what you're talking about. Intense with
Grace Randolph.
Yeah. No, with the movie Math. I really love Loki, but why are there not more blinking ... behind the camera? Is that what she really says? Was she saying it because she actually means it, or she's saying it because like?
Can you tell that from anybody anymore?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Watch Mank.
What's that?
Mank.
Was that what it was called?
Yeah. Gary Oldman in Mank.
Yes.
The 1930s Hollywood reevaluated through the eyes of a scathing social critic, alcoholic screenwriter.
Yes, it was. Amanda Seyfried was in it. Lily Collins, Gary Oldman. That was surprise. It's all black and white. It's on Netflix. That's right. I was really surprised how much I did like that movie. I was really surprised. Yeah, David Fincher, directed it. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I'll give it that. And I'll be surprised, man. Never doubt Gary Oldman. If he's in a movie, majority of the time, it's gonna be a good movie. Except for what's the one? Tiny Toes.
It's because he doesn't have to take movies,
Yeah, Tippy Toes. There's so many famous people in this fucking movie, and it is so. Gary Oldman, Matthew McConaughey, Kate Beckinsale, Peter Dinklage, Patricia Arquette. Like, and this movie was so offensive. It's so bad. Fucking like Gary Oldman, come on, dude. Like, what year was that? 2003.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's, to be fair, that's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Things were different.
Very different back then.
He had to make movies because he had to make money.
Yeah. The trailer. Just watch the trailer of that thing. It is just the trailer's awesome. Like you someone should be down with blah, 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 talking about what's her name. It's not like not even a review of product anymore with Grace. Like S. Barbenheimer. Were the movies better than Dead Reckoning Part 1? Were these movies better than Dead Reckoning Part 1?
Dead Reckoning Part 1 was good.
I had fun with it, but I would say Barbie and Oppenheimer were both better than Dead Reckoning.
I actually will say the opposite. I like both of those movies more than I like Dead Reckoning. Even though Dead Reckoning was good. I think that's what I don't know
if I said it, but those two were better than Dead Reckoning.
Yeah, so I think you said Barbie. I think both of them. Yeah. But I'm never going to watch Oppenheimer again. So I already ordered. Dead Reckoning comes on Tuesday on Halloween. Nice. I get that comes in. Barbie cool. Never going. I don't need to buy Oppenheimer because I'm never going to watch it again. Never.
Yeah. You're not wrong. But yeah. better movie. Dead Reckoning is more entertaining than Oppenheimer for sure. Like Barbie, I can probably watch a few more times. I had a lot of fun with that. Dead Reckoning, I watch a bunch of times. You know, I love Mission Impossible stuff, but
it's not even about that.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, I watch her read whatever.
The people are sheep. Yeah, there's a decent amount of them. You're not wrong. What's up, Preston? Welcome back. Brandman write essays almost every Facebook post.
He does.
He's got put out. I keep telling him, like, dude, I'm like,
just do a blog and just put it up.
Put it on our freaking website. You know, like, you know, I tried to go on there and keep up with at least the letterbox part of it all. But put it on the website. Put it somewhere where you can help promote the channel. You know, because he has really good like thoughts and opinions on things.
He supports it. He knows what he's talking about. He understands the history of the director. He understands his overall feelings are and why he does certain things and what's his the way he does his thing. I mean, he really has really good guys. I mean, if you ever really just get a chance to read his things, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
almost as good as Haley Atwell. Oh my god.
Get out. Poonska said there's a guy that trashes Star Trek all the time. No one will, but he doesn't watch them. Star Trek or Star Wars? Because I know you Boom Doc. I know who you're talking about. But yeah. But again, that's what it is when trashing everything, it gets you more eyes and more views. You know, and if that's what you want to do, man, that's what you want to do. But I'd rather not lose my mind. You know, because like, man, if you focus on all, like, purposely focus on negativity all the time, that cannot be good for your mental health, man. That it just can't.
I'm focusing on something else.
Oh man, I thought Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Wolf of Wall Street sucked. Oh. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yeah, it had its moments, but Wolf of Wall Street, man.
Once again, I can understand. I enjoy it, but I can understand you.
Yeah, if you never really worked sales, I think Wolf of Wall Street might fall a little bit on deaf ears a little bit,
or even understand what they're doing. Like you remember that what happened during this time.
Yeah. But Jordan Belfort's not a good person. Still isn't a good person. You know, he's fucking pushing crypto and shit. You know, so you know he's not a good guy. But the movie's great for me. And once about he should have this. He should not have had this Bruce Lee. I agree.
Always, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know, I mean, and his argument is not the best argument. It's just like, whoa, it's a characterization of Bruce Lee. It's not really him. I was like,
it doesn't matter. You're still saying the same thing. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like everyone watching that knew who that was. No, like that was not cool. Yeah. Jason Entertainment, The Boy and the Heroine, super excited for. Godzilla -1, super excited for. Wonka, Chicken Run 2.
Kinda. I'm not gonna watch Chicken Run 2.
No, I kind of like number 1. Not the biggest fan, but Aquaman 2. I won't say I'm excited for it. I'm interested. Migration looks pretty fun. The animated one with the ducks.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. Rebel Moon. I'm gonna check Rebel Moon. Color Purple. Probably gonna check that one out.
I might. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, is it going straight to theater or is it going to be on streaming too?
I think it's gonna be both.
Both. Yeah. Poor Things. I really do want to see it. I'm kind of interested. They're already saying Oscar. You know, Oscar buzz.
Anytime you say it's Oscar, I got to see it.
Yeah,
I want to see what you're talking about.
Yeah. Magazine Dreams. Jonathan Majors.
I heard great things about that.
I heard great things. Ferrari looks good. Looks good. I'm cool. I'm interested in it. With what's his name? What's his name? What the fuck is his name? Starts Ren. What the fuck is Ben Solo? Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. Yeah. I'm still looking at Haley Atwell, so I'm sorry. I still had a picture up. I was like, oh yeah, I should be looking this up.
Let's do that real quick. Well, let me go through some of these other ones. Ben-Hur is a little better than Everything Everywhere.
I can't say Ben-Hur is better than Everything Everywhere. I thought Everything Everywhere was better than Ben-Hur.
Yeah.
Ben-Hur is a classic though. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's a classic. Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about them two together, so I would have to think about it. But I mean, they're both good movies. But Everything Everywhere, I think it did something when a movie changes the game.
Well, then I think Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur did it. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know, and that's yeah. So that's a good question, Putin's cat, or good observation. That movie about making Mary Poppins that was really good. Okay, I gotta check that one out. I like Mary Poppins. Never heard of that Mink. I'm checking that out.
Awesome.
Yeah. But be worried that some people might think it might be a little pretentious. There are some parts in it that like are pretty funny, and the parts of it that kind of make you mad too. But I really enjoyed it. It was up for Oscars. It was up for like Best Picture, I think, and it was up for a bunch of other like supporting actors and actresses and stuff like that. So yeah, so legit Oscar movie. Tinker Tailor. I'm trying to see if did I ever see that one? I know which one it is. Tinker.
I don't think I was.
Tinker Soldier Spy. Yeah, with Gary Oldman.
And it's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah. 2011. Yeah, that was a great movie. That was a pretty great movie.
Tom Hardy.
All the British guys. Yeah.
Toby Jones. Okay.
Fun fact: Gary Oldman is younger than Gary Newman. There you go.
I love it. I love it.
I like that. It reminds me of a stupid lyric of fuck. What band is it? It's a goofy band, like one of those spoofy bands. He said, oh fuck, what was it? He goes, I'm white like Frank Black is, he goes, oh, I'm not black like Barry White, I'm white like Frank Black is. It's such a stupid thing that always like stays in my head and like plays on words with names and stuff. Always like this. That was like kind of tickles me a little bit. Just a trailer, lol. Hey, what's up, JR? Gary Oldman in True Romance. Oh yeah, that was that. I still love True Romance. That was a classic. Cal said he never seen a Mission movie.
That's interesting. Start at 4.
Yeah, probably.
You can start at 1. Go to 1 to 4.
2, but I didn't like 2, 3. I don't remember 3. Well, 4, I remember was when it started.
Like, it really changed direction.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's interesting. I get it. That's like saying like you've never seen a Fast movie. Like everyone's seen a Fast movie, right? At this point. Yeah. So Warrior Season 1, The Expanse.
Dude, The Expanse. It's excellent.
Bruce Lee at the age of 30 was better actor, writer, director. He was awesome. I did appreciate him. He had a lot of vision and passion to be an actor and to be like a karate kung fu kind of actor. So.
But he always wanted to be more, so that's why I thought that was more than anything.
Was Ben-Hur in 1959?
Yes.
Damn. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yes, it's definitely 1959.
Yeah. Also, like the 10 Commandments. Like, I'm not too religious, but for whatever reason, I blame my mom. because every Easter we always watch the Ten Commandments, and it's still like a movie like I just put on because of like
there are reasons why, though I'm probably more religious. Reasons why I will not watch it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. But
I'll watch the Prince of Egypt before I watch
the Ten Commandments. I mean, I know why. I definitely understand why. But for me, it's just like it still comes on TV every single year. You know, I think now they do a 2-night thing instead of it being 1 night.
One night only.
Like super whitewashed. Insane. It's like, yeah. What's we got? Don't gloss over making Mary Poppins movie called Saving Mr. Banks.
Mr. Banks, yes, I remember that as a fantastic movie. I do remember that. Yes.
I thought it was more of like a documentary, but that one I know what you're talking about. I saw that. That was awesome.
Oh, that wasn't that Tom Hanks?
I think so. Yeah. 2013. Holy shit. Yeah, Tom Hanks. Yeah, because he was Disney. Yeah, that's right. It was that whole thing. Yeah, that's what it was. Have you checked the Goosebumps yet?
We talked about it. We gotta.
I think Brandon saw most of it, if not all of it by now. He liked it a lot. The Ten Commandments doesn't hold up as well as Ben-Hur. 100%. I agree with that. Ben-Hur will make you cry at the cherry erase. Yeah. Ben-Hur's way better than Ten Commandments. Way better. Watch all the MIs. Because Brandon, you're a big Mission Impossible fan, right? Number 2, not great, but if you can skip, make it through 2, you're good. Honestly, if you don't really have to watch 2, but get to when you can. But part 3 is where it takes off.
I think part 4 is where it takes off more, but yeah,
I remember part 4 more. I'm trying to remember what happens in part 3, and I really don't remember. So, which explains like it's really not memorable, but
wow, Ten Commandments top 5 for me. Okay,
yeah.
Okay,
it was great. I mean, it's visually it still looks cool. They don't make movies like that, with those kind of 1950s kind of vibrant colors and all that crazy stuff. Because when was color first put on TV?
I'm gonna go with late 40s.
Color TV was invented in 1928. When was it starting to be more?
On June 25th, 1951, CBS broadcast the very first commercial and color TV program.
There you go. So, because one thing I didn't know until I got older was all these black and white shows, what the sets for all these black and white is super colorful and vibrant. Because what they learned was to make the blacks darker and the whites, more, and find that gray area in between. They would use like hot pink, and like all these really crazy vibrant colors, which is why what's his name? Rob Zombie said everything was super colorful in the Monsters movie he did. He's like, oh, that's how the sets actually were. I was like, yeah, I know, but still doesn't make any sense. But like finding that out. So like when color movies started happening, you still had those really vibrant colors, which is kind of cool. Ben-Hur might be the best soundtrack ever created, or is it Star Wars? I can't decide. I would say Star Wars just because
I think Star Wars is better. I think
soundtrack wise, yeah. That big epic.
Bum, bum,
Brandon, he needs to tell me who the sound guy was, because the sound guy is a legend.
Boom, 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 boom.
Stop doing drugs. 10 Commandments way better than Ben-Hur. Performance is incredible. The colors pop. Great movie. Yeah. It's just
the John Williams.
John Williams. Yep.
Yeah.
1958, 1960. That's when.
Yeah. That's when you start getting movies. But as I said, it's 51 is the first commercial we got.
Yeah. They said 3 with Larry Fishburne, the bridge scene, the rabbit's foot. Philip Seymour Hoffman kidnapped his wife. He jumped off the building. Okay.
He's talking about
Mission Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I think when you said when he kidnapped his wife and he jumped off the building, I remember that. Philip Seymour Hoffman, man, he was such a great actor.
I think he's the reason why was that Mockingjay didn't take off because he wasn't there. After he's gone, it just killed the series.
Last part. Yeah, because he was like a very important part of that whole the rebellion type of stuff. The Superman soundtrack sucked. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really, besides the main theme song, can't really think of anything else about it. But yeah. What you got? The Mikolos Rosa won Oscar, other Oscars, I believe. Oh, for Ben-Hur?
Yeah, I think it was from Ben-Hur, yeah.
It had to have been. Yeah, but cool, man. You got anything else?
You want to. You want to.
For it. Oh, went to check out El Cid soundtrack. El Cid?
I don't think I ever heard that.
Well, is that the name of the movie? Who did music for El Cid? Yeah, I gotta check that one out. Oh, he's the composer, the Mikolos Rosa.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Okay, yeah. The film, a romanticized version of the medieval epic poem El Cantor de Mio Cid, tells the story of Spain's national hero. Writing the music for the film was the concert and film composer Mikolos Rosa. So,
I mean, we just have different tastes because I mean, when I think of soundtracks, I have other ones that I put ahead, but yeah.
Because what is there's soundtrack and then there's what's the other thing for the because like soundtrack is like the music in the movie
and goes along with the movie, and then the actual sound what's it called? Score, yeah. Movie score is different. Because soundtrack, the best soundtrack is gonna be like Purple Rain. You know, that's gonna be the best soundtrack, that's gonna be different. Yeah.
The score. Yeah, because it's the power of the music to inflict emotion.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, and when that's done well,
you feel the movie. You feel. I mean, but that's what still makes me think of Star Wars. Star Wars is the first time that I felt a bad guy, felt hope. I felt it in the movie.
Yeah. Many composers are single layered. John Williams has many layers. Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
Bane had a good song from Dark Knight Rises or whatever. I would have to check that out. I remember, Bane was cool. Take Bodyguard over Purple Rain. Sorry.
Wow, you're not. No, I would take Purple Rain, and I'm not even a huge Prince fan. I would take Purple Rain. I want to say The Lion King had a better soundtrack than Bodyguard. I'm going to go Pulp Fiction had a better soundtrack than Bodyguard. Goodfellas had a better soundtrack than Bodyguard. But, whatever.
Bodyguard had the one song. You know.
And, I mean, whatever, dude. I'll take Above the Rim. I'll take whatever.
What the F he just said? Lost Boys is 70% better because of the score. Probably. You're digging when he starts playing the saxophone. My favorite part. Danny Elfman all day. I love Danny Elfman. He gets a lot of shit for being very kiddie, but that's what he is. That's what he is, man. I mean, he's made amazing. Oh my god, Lucas loves Nightmare Before Christmas.
Of course.
Loves it. Because
he has great taste. He was born to great taste. That's what I'm saying.
He loves it. And dude, it has been on nonstop non-stop on repeat for the past like week and a half, going on 2 weeks.
I
don't mind. I love that movie, and Danny Elfman, created a freaking masterpiece with that movie. But yeah, and that's the music. But yeah.
Star Wars, the most unique score ever. Ben-Hur was one of the longest scores he ever made.
Yeah.
And the Christ thing. Oh man, yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. They're 5 number one higher selling soundtrack.
Dude.
There are 5 number one.
I don't think Lion King the soundtrack with Lion King was so good they made a play afterward. The Lion King is epic.
Yeah. Lion King's awesome. Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas, Bronx Tale better than both.
I take Pulp Fictions.
I like
Goodfellas. Yeah, I'll take both of those over.
Yeah. Y'all about to get flamed all.
You're being so New York. It's so New York to say Bronx Tale. Like that's why I see I try not to say it. I was like, you're being so New York when you say that. Like, Bronx Tale is much way better. I'm like, all right.
What is that? Just check this one out. Ben-Hur. What was that?
Hallelujah.
Yeah. The soundtrack of Disney's Tarzan.
Yeah,
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins, you can't really go wrong with that. I mean,
yeah. He knows how to make some good music. Avengers score is nice though too. The score was nice. I'll give it that. It was really epic when it needed to be epic. Yeah. Phil Collins is amazing. He really is.
He is. I mean, you feel it. You do.
French. Did he? He did in Spanish and French. That's awesome. Yeah,
I could believe that too. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go. Professor Fan Film. He goes, the Lion King soundtrack is iconic. It is.
They made the play around the soundtrack. Like it's amazing. We hear about. Come on. Since the day we arrived on a plane. Come on, bro. Whatever. Come on.
That was my buddy's alarm. Was that song? Because it starts off and then it hits that. Bam. I was like,
it's the circle. Come on, man. Whatever. We could go all day, all day with that.
He said not from NY, but LOL might as well be.
Might as well. Yeah.
They make a play out of everything. Come on. Color Purple and Sister Act.
No, but you're not wrong. You're really not wrong. But the Lion King is epic. The soundtrack was so good, but it changed the way plays were even made. And it went around. I mean,
there would have
Maestro. Really cool. I knew Maestro. Who did the Lion King play. He played Simba in that. So.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
that's cool. Lion King is great. Sister Act is great. Also, Sister Act is pretty fun.
That's another movie that if it's playing, I'm probably gonna watch it.
Yeah, you see, y'all forgetting about the original Batman soundtrack by Prince. I don't
think I ever.
No. Oh my god!
I'm not going to forget.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say what? Never gonna forget that.
I'm never gonna forget that.
Yeah. One of my favorite things. I guess when I was a kid, my mom said I would say it all the time, and it's still, one of my favorites. When they get into the museum, he goes, "Let's broaden their minds." Lawrence, the fucking Prince song plays. Yep. Epic, and then they just walk around, spray painting shit, and the song playing the whole time. Awesome. It's still one of my favorite scenes of all time. It's just
we're talking about soundtrack
Joker shit.
I gotta say, bring back Shaft. Richard Roundtree. We can bring this whole full circle. Bring back Shaft. That's a great soundtrack.
Yeah. Prince did the entire Batman soundtrack.
I can believe it.
I mean, I believe it. I mean, Prince has that kind of. He goes, "If I'm going to do it, I'm doing it." So
don't touch it. I got this.
Yeah, that is a very much of a Prince thing. So I believe it. I'm going to sing
prepared. Man.
Be prepared when I flame you for them the hot takes. He's gonna make a video and it's gonna be like that playing in the background. Like he's gonna burn you with the song in the background that you like.
I'm just gonna say you do it, but you'll be wrong. You
I
can
like
do
the
it,
video,
but you'll be wrong. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna let you know.
which is like be prepared. One of the most iconic Disney songs of like ever, and they decided to turn it into like a spoken poem in the live action. That was such a miss. Such a miss. I was unforgivable. Come on, Jon Favreau.
You know what? You talking about? I watched The Lion King and the emotion I feel in the score and the soundtrack. I think The Lion King is it.
I can see it. I can see it. Your favorite Lion King? Yep. Tarzan, Encanto, Lilo and Stitch. Yeah. Aladdin.
But
Forgettable.
I will say also this, just to be fair to everyone, The Lion King is one of my favorite movies. Period.
So you're a little biased. But I mean, that could be biased. You know,
top 5 movies. It is because the emotion that it brings for me. It just, I think about it. I think it's one of the most perfect movies. It might be stolen with it. It might not be or whatever. But that soundtrack, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Everything Hans Zimmer sounds like the man harmonica Once Upon a Time in the West. Yeah. Hans Zimmer is another one of those. But I think didn't Hans Zimmer do Interstellar?
Yes, I believe that. I was thinking Interstellar the entire time when you said that.
Yeah, he did the soundtrack album by Hans Zimmer, which is all that. Yeah. Wow. Party Man. There you go. That's the name of the song, which makes sense. That's what it says in it. If we talk about animated movies, which one? Joe Hisaishi is a effing legend. Oh yeah, Ghibli would be nothing without him. Yeah. Oh, with the scores. Oh yeah. I didn't know the name of it, but yeah, the music in all the Studio Ghibli movies are amazing. Amazing. I obviously up here. Do you?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I am a big fan. I know Brian, you saw it's not up here. But that water painting of all the Studio Ghibli stuff.
Guys, that's when you had to get the damn thing together.
It's on the wall. Erica mounted it in.
I was
like,
Erica, so Erica's not.
It's hers. But I love.
That's all.
I actually want to get a tattoo. You know, probably like on my thigh, and like be a whole thigh of all like the Studio Ghibli stuff. You know, but yeah, all that stuff in all those movies were great. That's the song Party Man. Yeah. Batman 89 with Danny Elfman did all that score, and then Prince wrote all the songs, which is how about an insane Danny Elfman, and then Prince. Come on.
Yeah,
of course it's gonna be a one. That's why Batman's one of my favorite. That Batman. What do you guys think of the Mufasa movie coming next year?
I don't know if you could do it. It's hard for me because you know what? As I said, Lion King is top 5 movies, period, for me. But it was also in transitional time for me. Like it hit me in so many different ways, and I feel like it hit Broadway. Like it's just it's amazing for me. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if it can hit me again with that.
Yeah, it's being a prequel. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I'll probably watch it for sure. I'm sure
I'll definitely watch it. But
but we'll see if it's good. The docking scene from
Interstellar is
it, and then with the cocky ass freaking mad I'm having a brain fart on his name.
Mars?
Huh?
Or you talking about
when they're docking and the whole time he's talking and why he has to save the world. He's the greatest person.
Oh,
there comes a time in everyone's life.
Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
There you go. Matt Damon. You know, going there. Going blowing the airlock.
Priceless.
It's like don't do it. He's like, shut up. I'm saying my speech. that was a great. I fucking love that movie, man. Love that movie. I think Hans does the Bane theme song too. Does he? I gotta look that up.
Yeah. Look, I don't know.
He's another guy that is this crazy. Lion King beat Disney film though.
Best
Disney film. Best.
Yeah. It's not just the best Disney film. I think it's the best soundtrack. I think Lion King is up there for many reasons.
Yeah. I think they used Goodfellas was top tier. Went back last week and played it. Then Bronx Tale right after. More bumps on Bronx. More bumps on Bronx. Wow.
I think it's more bumps on Purple Rain. Baby, I'm a Star. Let's Go Crazy. The Beautiful Ones, bro. Purple Rain might be the best soundtrack. I'm sorry, I'm just changing my mind. Purple Rain is the best soundtrack.
That live action game. No, that was trash, man. That was trash.
No, we don't even talk about that.
Yeah, that was
Return of Jafar.
Return of Jafar. I need though.
I do like Return of Jafar
because I like the Aladdin live action, so I wouldn't mind if they do a Return of Jafar. Live action. If they want to go that route, I'm super cool with that. Bring back Will Smith. Fuck, man. I'm over the slap shit. Whatever. Like I want to see him on screen again because he did good. He did good, and I was hating on him for a while. I'm like, it looked like trash. He's not going to do it. He did a great job, and
he made it his own. It's hard doing something when you can't. Yeah. Robin Williams is such a unbelievable actor. Voice actor. I mean, it's unbelievable. But you don't try to follow that. You just make it your own.
Yeah. No, James Earl Jones in it. Yep. Darkman soundtrack is one of my favorites. I don't think I've
heard that too. I've heard a lot of people say Darkman soundtrack is one of the best. But yeah.
He goes, there comes a time. Boom. That was awesome. And they're just sitting there watching them like, no, you ruined it. Oh man. I love it. You know what space film was underrated? Life was dope and it had a ton of stars. What is Life?
What talking about Martin Lawrence's Life?
Oh, he said space movie. Oh, you know what space movie is underrated? He goes, Life was dope, but it was pretty ton of stars. I don't know. I don't know which one you're talking about. But he said Bodyguard, period. There you go. You're mixing songs and music. I mean, Grease wins if you just want songs. Yeah, but it's a musical.
Come on. No.
Well, I guess Disney when The Lion King is technically a musical too, so.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
guys.
I know. Guardians 1, but Guardians 1, I think the music in Guardians 1 was also the soundtrack, which was kind of an interesting way to do it. But the score in Guardians, the score in a lot of the MCU stuff is really good. All right, we're move around.
We just talked about this for 25 minutes.
The space goo that kills.
Yes, Hans did do Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was in it. What movie? What? I don't know which one. Life is a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds. Oh, Daphne. Cat. It's like I'm gonna be right on the keyboard. Oh, not Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh, not the Jake Paul fight. I don't give a shit about that. Ryan Reynolds movie. Life. Oh, okay. Yeah, with Rebecca Ferguson. Yeah. I didn't love that movie.
No, I mean,
I didn't hate it, but it wasn't a movie where I was like rewatching a bunch of stuff. Also, I'm not a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan. I'm just not.
That's just not me. That's just, there's things, but that's just not for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you could. It's not me.
Ryan Reynolds. Your life is very good. Jason likes it. I have about some space goo, right? I love Rebecca. Cool. All right, yeah. So it's getting kind of late. Appreciate it, you guys. That is something that we really don't talk about too much in movies is score and soundtracks. There you go, bringing it back. We goes, I love Haley.
I love Haley. Yeah.
Brian still got the tab up. You don't like Jake? I love Jake. He got crazy eyes, man. He's weird. I think he's a weird person, and it's just. I'm looking at his picture right now for the casting of Life, and he just has these like crazy eyes. Like, yeah, I love them in Donnie Darko. I love Donnie, but I don't know. Maybe that's why I always see him as this fucking weird guy. I don't know.
I do still have it up.
I see it.
I still do.
You guys can't see it. I can see it.
No, I still do have it up.
I love Palm. Palm is awesome. She's cool. I like her too. Prince of Persia sucked, man. I mean, not even like talking about the whitewashing and all of it, but just as a movie, it was trash.
Like Prince of Persia, I know who should do it. No.
Yeah. Guy named Jake. What? I'm looking at the prisoners. I haven't seen The Covenant. Nightcrawler was really good, but again, plays kind of a fucking crazy guy. Southpaw. I mean, they're good movies.
They are, but these are not epic soundtracks, bro.
No.
They're just not. So, like, I'm like, when you're saying that, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay,
they're not. But soundtrack wise, no. Yeah, just not a big fan. Palm next 3 Mission Impossible movies. Yeah, she's gonna be. Well, no, did she? She died, didn't she? Spoiler alert. Spoiler. Right? She died in it.
Yeah, pretty sure she did.
I mean, it's Mission Impossible. They're probably gonna find a way to bring her back. So.
She still had a pulse. I think you're right. I think she did have a pulse. I think so.
Did she?
I think so.
I gotta watch it again. I want to watch it again. So she had a pulse. Okay. I didn't care for him as Mysterio.
Really? I actually did like him as Mysterio.
I didn't hate him. Don't get me wrong. He didn't ruin the movie or anything, but
I liked him.
Yeah,
I think it fit his personality. I think that was fine.
I mean, I think you could have found somebody better, but yeah, he's still a big guy in Hollywood.
You just really didn't like him, huh?
I really
don't like him. That's just what it is.
That was Guy Ritchie, and he never lets me down. Yeah, with the Covenant. Yeah, he does good movies.
I'm just gonna show you guys. This is still on my thing. The entire time it's been there. And why wouldn't it, guys? Why wouldn't it?
Oh man. The soundtrack of Dead Reckoning, even though it was more Hans Zimmer clone, was great. A good action movies usually have decent soundtracks. The good ones do, at least. Yeah.
This is Jason said. Yeah.
It's so underrated.
Yeah. I don't know why people don't talk about how gorgeous she is. Dude.
Oh,
and she's right in my wheelhouse too. She's 41. She's a little older than me, but I'll age 3 years just to go. I'll be all right.
I never knew anything about her until she was in a Marvel movie.
Is that the first one?
I don't. It says she was in the Ninja Turtles 2014 one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Was she? I don't remember. But that was the first time I seen her. Yeah. I mean, now I think she's done a lot more stuff, but
we can just do pictures of Haley Atwell and just go from there. Like that's pretty good right there.
There you go. Does Haley prefer Tom Cruise or Chris Evans? Chris Evans for sure. Probably somebody that you can actually look in his eyes. She's in MI7. What's her name? Yeah, Haley Atwell. That's
yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
This is what I've been talking about for. Come on, guys.
Yeah, for what?
You want to get back to Haley Atwell? There was like 15 minutes we were just talking, and I let you guys talk further because I was just looking at pictures of Haley Atwell. I'm just going to enjoy this for a little while.
Man, Alexander Daddario after that the show Mayfair Witches.
Yeah.
It that proved that I'm like, oh yeah, you can't act. Haley Atwell can act. She's a really good actor.
Yes, she can.
Alexander Daddario is not. I'm sorry. Those eyes, yeah, she's pretty and she got pretty eyes and everything.
She does have,
but
it's the color.
Yeah, because I want Palm. I can never pronounce her last name. The
joint
IMF. I think she probably might. We'll see. All right, man. It's almost midnight. We got to get going. Yeah. But man, no, super appreciate everyone hanging out with us, especially right at the end.
Fun. Especially at the end,
yeah. Acting wise, not really, but the eyes think.
The eyes.
Yeah. She was a B word in the movie though. How many times did Ethan have to say for why didn't you listen? That was my biggest complaint about the movie. It was like the first time I get it, I mean, I don't trust you. Second time, maybe. Third time, you're like, you know what? Maybe I should listen to the guy that keeps telling me not to run and he has to chase after me to save me. By the fifth time, like he's like, don't run. She's like, okay, and she runs. I was like, why? Why are you stupid? Nah. The first couple times I can forgive that. The fifth time,
guys,
end of the movie.
We can't keep on going. You know what?
Yes.
We'll go down a rabbit hole, and it'll be like 3:00 in the morning. I told you.
Oh man, he has to run for 30 minutes, but he likes running. So
I think that has to be written in all his contracts. It has to be shirt off sometime. Like come on, that's what it is.
That man has the most perfect running
form.
Oh man, all right.
I gotta say this. So I play college football. So we had a guy come and teach us how to run, and he always says, "It's cheek to cheek, right?" And he says, "If you want to know who's perfect at doing this, it's Tom Cruise."
Nice,
perfect.
Yeah. You are right. All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Thank you. Where is it? I know. Started. Dark Room Reviews. Go check him out, man. He's a smaller creator too. Super awesome. I love his stuff. We're kind of newly acquainted to him, but already a big fan of him. So go check him out. Preston, I'm sorry we missed it. I did start and I forgot to get back to it, but I'm gonna actually save that one for later
because I think that's a really good Rocky Terminator.
Yeah. So we'll start.
Oh man, that's a hard. Wow.
Yeah. Rocky movies, Terminator movies, or Rambo movies. All right, we'll save that one with Brandon. I think he might have some opinions about it. I'm actually
Rocky first.
Yeah, maybe. All right. They see does Creed count as the Rocky movies? I don't know.
That's a good question.
Yeah. All right, but let's get out of here. Appreciate everybody. This time for real.
We said we were going to midnight, and somehow we still made it midnight.
I know.
Oh gosh.
Brandon said he wasn't making it midnight. All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate you guys. We will see you guys on Monday talking Friday Nights at Freddy, Gen V, and hopefully some trailers and stuff like that. But appreciate everyone. See you guys later. Have a good weekend. Later.
Halloween.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.